What's up, Instagram? All right. Next 2 hours, I am going to demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate exactly why you don't need a job in 2026. But in essence, I'll tell you this. 11,000 houses sell per day, guys. 11,000. That's a lot. If you can just find one real estate investor, one property per month, you don't need a job. And you're like, well, where do I find the property? Zillow. Where do I find the buyers? Buy Box Cartel. And now I'm going to demonstrate the process in real time. Like you're gonna watch me call one of these sellers, get something under contract, and then you're gonna watch me call a buyer. And then what's gonna happen from there? Um, I'm gonna get sent like a big ass check, like live on stream. It's gonna happen in front of you live right now. This is a live stream, so it's not super planned. So I'm just gonna try to make this happen in front of you. But if you have the attention span to stick around, hopefully we can make this a reality for you. I'm gonna go live on TikTok really quickly here. I also posted a video on this today about why you don't need a job and why I don't have a job and how that happened. Because I was fully intending to get a job, guys. Like I have the degree. I have a bachelor's of science in business administration, and I look at this. I fully intended to get the job. I took the steps, but as I'm in college and I'm attending these career fairs, I kind of learn I don't want this lifestyle, man. I genuinely don't want this lifestyle. Let's go live on Discord and talk to these people here. Um, I'm gonna hop on stage, speak on stage. We're live on Discord. Switching my camera. So sorry to interrupt, Juan. Am I good to go?
Yeah, you're good. I actually have two things I wanted to show you, but
stay on stage. I'm doing my intro to this right now because it's also gonna be an awesome YouTube video. But I was just telling Instagram that I went through the steps to get a job, and my title for today's live stream is "You Don't Need a Job in 2026," and we're gonna actually change this topic right here. Let's go ahead and change this because Juan, you graduated college. You have a job? You don't have a job? No, he doesn't have a job. Were you fully intending to get a job?
I mean, when I went to college, I studied finance. Right, first half, I was like, yeah, I'll get a job. And then after going through like a year and a half in business, like this is completely useless. I was like, yeah, I'm fully cooked, so I have to go all in on something. And then I went all in on this, and I, thankfully worked out.
Didn't you tell me you got a $35,000 assignment fee in the chat yesterday?
Oh yeah, it closed yesterday. A little Puerto Rico seller finance.
Can you drop the wire transfer in the chat?
This is the first deal ever that I'm actually getting a check.
Really?
So the check is on the way.
Because you can hold it.
Yeah.
Dude, huge.
I didn't want the check.
Yeah, I like, dude, as you know, I like the checks, guys. I like the checks. They're kind of fun to have.
Has the check like never gone lost in like transit or something?
No, never. Never.
I'm scared.
I like my checks. It's cool to show. You can frame it, man. It's fun. But anyways, guys, I went through the steps to get a job. That's what my parents did. My parents are big into academics. It was really important. It was a family where it was like, there's no two ways about this. You're getting a job. This is just how life is. And in order to get a job, you're going to college, and you're probably getting your bachelor's degree, and then you're probably getting your master's degree, and then maybe you can take it a step further too. That was the expectation in my family. So I go through the steps, and what do? I get the bachelor's of science in business administration, just like Juan, and I started attending the career fairs. They make you attend career fairs, Juan, in business school?
Yeah, like at least like 2 or something.
Yeah, guys, I started attending them, and essentially these career fairs are real companies like Chase or like just anything you can think of, like any company that might want to hire college students, right? They're real career fairs, and I started asking about the salary and like starting salary, and I kind of learned that going to a state school, because I didn't go to like some crazy college, guys. I went to a state school, like a Division I school, Oregon State University. Its acceptance rate is like 70%. It's nothing special. It's a very regular school to go to. Lots of people go there, and I started going to these career fairs, and I realized, wow, I'm really probably looking at $55K a year, and that's if I do well. That's if I have good recommendations and such, and that's if I have an internship and if I jump through all of these hoops. And then the problem that I'm running into, guys, is that the big problem that I'm running into is that I'm on Instagram all day long. I'm on TikTok all day long. You know what my feed is full of? It's full of supercars, man. It's full of supercars and people on vacation. Anybody else have a feed that kind of looks like that? That's what my feed looked like back then. And I look at the salary that I'm going to be offered from my college degree that cost me $110,000, $120,000, however much money, not including rent or food or whatever. And I'm like, damn, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm gonna be lucky if I get a Corolla. If I can get myself a new Corolla, I'm gonna be lucky. And I was just really interested in cars, but I'm sure you're really interested in something that's on your For You page that is completely unattainable. And probably your job is the constriction. So what do I start doing? Well, I realized this probably freshman year of college, and I didn't drop out of college. I got the degree, but I start trying side hustles, and the first side hustle I ever did was like flipping sneakers. Like I would go on various different websites, like or clothing, like Supreme.com. I would also go on Grailed. I would go on. God, there's one more, StockX too. I think I would sell them on StockX, but I'd buy these shoes and these shirts and things, and I'd try to catch drops, and I would try to bot the drops. Botting drops was like something I was really big into. Essentially, you get a computer program, and this program acts as like a ton of different addresses that modifies your address a little bit and allows you to order like 100 of something. And I got my friend's parent to agree to like work on this business model with me. And long story short, I end up 45K in debt. Bad. Not from that. That was actually after. That was the 45K in debt was not from the sneaker thing. I just probably ended up with not really much profit. Like some months, you do okay, and then other months nothing would happen, and it was really active income, and you're meeting people on Facebook Marketplace all the time. And then I realized, hey, what if I did this at a larger scale and I start drop shipping? Now I don't have to go find the products. Now I can just get them online. So I started drop shipping products with the same friend, and that's what threw me $45,000 in debt. So my first two side hustles, just bad experiences to say the least. Third side hustle, I go online and I literally look up side hustles. I literally look up side hustles on YouTube, and I find out that these real estate investors will give you finder's fees. They give you finder's fees. And I lock up a property on Zillow. Lock up just means get it under contract, and then I cancel my contract. I'm like, okay, all right. It was like a 20 or 30K house in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I lock up another property and I cancel my contract. Then I lock up another property and I cancel my contract. And the way that I'm finding buyers for these deals, which I hadn't done successfully yet, but the way that I'm finding buyers is I'm posting them on Facebook. And a lot of people call you when you got a property that's for sale on Facebook and you post it in a real estate group. And I lock up this 2-bed, 1-bath property in Cleveland listed for 60K. I get it for about 47K. I posted on Facebook for 50K. This is in October of 2021, perhaps September of 2021. Not that long ago, guys. We're talking about a little less than 5 years ago. We're coming up on my 5-year anniversary of doing this. And I get somebody who reaches out to me, and he says he's an assistant to a large buyer and that the large buyer would like to talk to me. It was in Cleveland, Ohio, Lexi. That's right. And the large buyer says, hey, I'm interested in this, but the margins are slim. I'll give you $2,700 for your contract. And I was like, huge. Actually, she said she'd give me $5,000 for the contract, but I needed to pay some of the closing costs. And I really was in no position to argue. So I was like, okay, cool. So some of my $5,000 went towards closing costs. I ended up receiving $2,750 in the mail. That was on October 21st, 2021. I have a video of me opening up the check as posted on my Instagram. I'll have to show you guys someday. But this was about after 4 months of studying and canceling contracts. All I did was listen to podcasts religiously. All I did was listen to podcasts. I didn't listen to music when I was cooking, when I was at the gym, when I was in class, just real estate podcasts. If you're curious which ones, I was listening to Flipping Mastery TV. That's still an active podcast. I was listening to Wholesale Hotline more than anything. I was listening to Wholesale Hotline. And then the third one that I was listening to on YouTube a lot of the time and on Spotify was Kong, Khang, Wholesale 2 Millions, WTM. So it was Kong WTM. And I was completely obsessed. I have ADHD and ADD, and it's like you're not really able to focus on something until you are. And I was hyper fixated on this. Like there was nothing that was going to stop me. I didn't have any evidence that it had worked, but I just during this time, during that summer before I closed that deal in 2021, that's all I did. And I think that a lot of people don't do that nowadays, but that was so helpful to understanding the business and how to talk to sellers. People want me to repeat the podcast I was listening to. Sure. Flipping Mastery TV, Kong WTM, Flipping Mastery TV, Kong WTM, KHANG, not KONG. I know it sounds like that, but KHANG, Wholesale 2 Millions, WTM acronym. And then I was listening to Wholesale Hotline, and I listened to a little bit of Get Creative with Pace Morby, but that was more so later. That wasn't off the bat. But long story short, guys, they sent me this check for $2,750, and this is real. This is real. I have a video of me opening the check. I hold up the check. I was just like, holy shit, what just happened? Next property I contract sold to a different buyer. Next property I contract sold for $15,000 to a flipper named Justin. I actually should probably do an interview with Justin because we have come so far since then, and I should probably call him and see what he's up to. But Justin gives me a $15,000 check for finding him a distressed single family, also in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, on the same day, I have another deal closed, sold to a woman named Kelly Stumphauser who bought my first deal. She asked me how much money I want for the deal. This one was on West 58th Street. I remember it. And she gives me $15,000. In a single day, $28,000 was sent to me. I'm like shaking, guys. I'm literally like shaking. Like this is just Juan probably is not going to feel this from his 35K check because I know he's closed other ones. But man, if I could relive that day, I'm just like my hands are shaking as I'm holding $28,000 in my hand. And I'm like, man, I'm 21 years old. I'm just like, what the hell? What is going on? I can still feel it to this day. Hopefully I'm not that good of an actor. It was just insane. There's no other way to put it. I closed 2 more deals after that. Another $15,000 deal and a deal for $2,000 in Elyria, Ohio. After that, my debt's fully paid off from the drop shipping. Like I don't have debt at all. And then, I didn't want to admit this at the time, but I didn't do a deal for probably 7 or 8 months. I didn't do any deals for 7 or 8 months. And the thing is, guys, I had closed like $45,000 and more than that, probably $50,000 in assignment fees. And I paid off my debt with it, and it was life-changing. So I DM one of the guys whose podcast I'm listening to. I DM one of them and I say, hey, look at this. I just did like 35K in a single month. Maybe one of you guys can drop the video in the chat. He asked to interview me. I said, hey, I did 35K in a single month. Here are the checks, and he wants to interview me. So I go on his YouTube channel. Somebody can find that. Somebody will have to find that video. It's Jerry Norton and Richard Taylor, $35,000 in a month or something like that. And I DM him. I tell him what happens, and he brings me on this interview. After the interview, did somebody post it? Somebody find it? Oh yeah, okay, guys, here it is. Yep, check this out. Here's the video. It's before I had the stash. And he didn't like you. I don't know if he liked me or not, but after the video, he invited me to his house in Puerto Rico, where Juan just did his deal. So he invites me to his house, and I fly out there. I get my flight. I'm staying at a hotel next to his house, and I go to his real estate seminar. And I didn't have that many real estate takeaways. I kind of already knew everything that they were talking about there because I had listened to so many podcasts from this guy. So I didn't have that many real estate takeaways. But what I did have with a massive takeaway was content. I met other people there who were making content, not necessarily real estate content. I met this guy named Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace currently runs an account called Final Stand on YouTube, and it used to be really, really big. It used to be really big. I don't know how many views he gets nowadays, but it used to be huge. I see him live streaming. I see him making content, and I'm inspired. I'm like fully inspired. And I go home and I buy a ton of unnecessary things. I buy a gimbal and a green screen and a microphone and just all this, and a phone holder, just all this shit that I did not need. I buy it all on Amazon. And I make a video. Little did I know I only needed my phone to make a video. I really did not need anything else to make a video. And essentially the video gets like 20 or 30,000 views. and I had success on my first video. It was a skit. My first video was a skit. I did a skit. Yep. There you go. There you go. That's me in my college apartment, paying $750 a month. There it is. If you want to see what I looked like during that time, I'll show you. I've got this stupid little smirk on my face. I was feeling arrogant as hell, guys. I was feeling cocky as hell. You don't realize I had just made $40,000 in a month, and I paid off all my debt, and I'm like, bro, I'm Steve Jobs out here, guys. I just figured some shit out. So I'm check this out. Look at that. I remember this vividly, guys. I set up a desk in my college apartment, paying $750 a month, living with 3 other people. And I was filming on my shitty pink laptop. I had the rose gold MacBook Air, and it was really laggy. It was really bad. But oh god. Anyways, where was I? I meet this guy, Matt Wallace. He's making content. He's doing live streams, and I see what his work-life balance looks like. He doesn't do what he practices. He just teaches other people how to do it. And I was like, well, that's a little bit lame. I wish you actually did what you were preaching. But um, he works like 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and he just live streams. And I was like, wow, that's so sick. So I make the content does well. I get like 20, 30,000 views. And you get a little excited when people are validating what you're doing and asking you how to do it. And then there's people saying it's fake and that you're lying. And then you give the address, and I'm having all these online battles with people, and there's drama. And it just provided purpose and meaning in my life when otherwise I just didn't really have any. I was always pretty mid at school. I had just lost my athletic endeavor. I was Division I rowing at Oregon State University, and I essentially had lost my opportunity. I was no longer on the team, and I had no direction in life. And this is the first time that I felt like I had direction, and I was doing something meaningful. And I just kept making video after video after video, and most of them only got like a couple hundred views. But then occasionally, you'd get one with like 200,000, 300,000 views. And it just was really exciting. It was like every single video you make, you're rolling a snowball down a hill and seeing how far it will go. A snowball builds momentum, but eventually stops somewhere. That's like what posting a video feels like. It's like you post a video and you just see how far it goes, and you try your best to make it super engaging based on everything you know about hooking people into a video. And I still do that to this day, and it still is very fulfilling for me. And I didn't do deals for 8 months though. I don't talk about this too much, guys, but when I did my first 3 or 4 deals that made me that $40,000, that was in 2021 in October. And if you're familiar with real estate and interest rates, you know that during that time interest rates started to skyrocket. They went from gosh, I want to say in 2021 maybe 3.5%, maybe 2.5%, all the way up to like 7.8%, highest that they'd been in 20 years. And you know, that killed all of my strategies. And my strategy wasn't a strategy. My strategy was get a house at a discount, hope it sells. I didn't know why somebody bought. I didn't know why somebody sold. None of that had occurred to me yet. I didn't understand what creative finance was either. So my strategy was contract a house in a big area, um, post it on Facebook. Maybe somebody will buy it. Maybe somebody won't buy it. That's all it was. And when interest rates went up to 7.8, 7.5%, even 8% and higher for investment loans, you know, people stop flipping. People stop flipping. People stop buying rental properties because they're like, I am going to wait for this to pass. I don't want to buy at the time when interest rates are at a 20-year high, because they were at a 20-year high. And I stopped doing deals. And I kept posting as if I was doing deals. Not giving addresses this time, kind of doing what a lot of other creators do, where they talk about doing deals, but you don't really know that they're doing deals because they just point to checks. I would hold up my checks and I would point to my wire transfers, and I would say that I was doing deals. But I'll be honest, guys, I wasn't doing deals. It was kind of a lie that I was doing deals. But I remembered how it felt. I remembered how it felt, and I thought that it's impossible that this could last forever. This high interest rate scenario could last forever. Well, it's been 4 years and it's not even over yet. It's not over yet. So I realized that this scenario wasn't going to change, and I still had my checks. I had my checks. I held up my checks. I hid the date purposely on the check, and I said I was closing deals when I wasn't closing deals. And that lasted for 7 or 8 months. It lasted for 7 or 8 months. And then I started listening to a guy called Pace Morby. And And Pace Morby talked about this high interest rate environment being the new norm, and he offered a solution for it. What if instead of going to the bank to get a loan, you went to the seller to get a loan and the seller took a down payment and monthly payments? Well, I couldn't really figure out why anybody would say this, but I started doing what I had done before, and I called and I called and I called and I called and I called, and I found somebody. And I found somebody. I'll never forget the address. I found somebody who would do this deal with me, and the address on that was 1068 Venture Court. You can look it up. 1068 Venture Court in Punta Gorda, Florida. And I end up getting the property under contract. And the deal that I get on the property was in, let's see what date this was. Yeah, this is in 2023. This is in early 2023. So maybe it was longer than 8 months of no deals. Maybe there was one deal before that, maybe a couple hedge fund deals before that. But I get this property under contract, 1068 Venture Court, Punta Gorda, Florida. And the seller's asking $320,000. I offer them $325,000. I'll go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. I'll share my screen on it. So this is the house. I offer them $325,000, which is still more than the property is worth today. And I tell the seller that we're going to give him a down payment and monthly payments. We're going to give him $25K down. We're going to give him $500 per month. I do what I had done previously. I posted on Facebook. And a guy named Jason Bates reaches out to me. Jason Bates is a real estate investor in Pace Morby's community. He's in the community where I had listened to their podcast to kind of learn how to do this. And he and his wife, Erica, used their self-directed IRA to take my position in the contract, wiring me $25,000 in cash. It was insane. It was insane. It was much like the first time I got my deal because I was back. In that moment, I knew I was back. I knew I could call, and then if I called enough properties that were sitting there, I'd get one under contract and they would agree to a good price like this, or not a good price, actually over their asking price, but on monthly payments that were better than what the bank had given us. And Jason Bates, you can find him on Instagram. You can look him up, and Erica Bates. And I was out of money at this time. I had no money whatsoever. Like I had run everything dry. The 40K gone, long gone. Because remember, I was text blasting. I was trying everything I could. I was like, oh, maybe my marketing's not right, and I just blew all of this money. So guys, I got like $500 to $1,000 to my name, and then this check hits, and it's $25,000. And I knew I was back, and I started a community surrounding it after I met my business partner, Chris Gallagher. I actually had the community prior to that deal closing, and I started talking about something that nobody had ever talked about before, which was offering sellers over their asking price to get them to accept monthly payments. And I got absolutely obsessed with creative finance. I ended up buying 23 properties with creative finance. I still hold those 23 properties, and portfolio value $6.5, $7 million in properties, single family, multifamily, commercial multifamily, you name it, taking over people's debt and giving them monthly payments with a down payment and no interest rate. I don't own any seller finance deals that have an interest rate except for my $0 down house in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm completely catch the bug, absolutely obsessed with this thing called creative financing. And creative financing is literally just doing deals without a bank. Hold on, I need some water. And for a long time, up until about, I want to say a year ago, I know, isn't this bad? Up until about a year ago, it's all I did. It's all I did. I only did creative finance deals simply because I still had that kind of trauma of interest rates are so high that people don't want to buy deals with cash anymore, and they don't want to buy deals by getting loans because it's just, this sucks. But eventually people started to realize that, well, this is kind of how it's going to be. And interest rates went down to 6.5%, 7%, but they didn't really change. And it's kind of been like that ever since. So, you know, interest rates are still where they're at right now, 6.5%, 7%. But I got so fixated on this, and for a long time it worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And then I kind of slowed down a little bit. You know, I kind of slowed down a little bit. It's not that it didn't work anymore. It's that people started buying normally and they stopped needing creative financing as much. And about a year ago, I realized that while creative finance was one of the coolest things ever, it's not the business model. The business model is not creative financing. The business model is helping sellers out of distress situations, whether that's financial distress or physical distress in the house. And I started doing cash deals again. Slowly but surely started doing cash deals again, making cash offers, going back to the basics. And I realized that, as I said, creative finance wasn't the business model. It was merely a tool on my tool belt of solutions to get sellers out of an issue that they may be experiencing. And I combined the two strategies. I combined creative financing and cash offers, and I got very, very familiar with why somebody would want to buy a property with a loan and why somebody would want to buy a property with creative finance, and more so why a seller is selling their property and whether they need creative finance or whether they need a cash offer. And I combined these two strategies and I came back like never before. In the past 2.5 weeks, I've collected $24,000 in assignment fees, and I only call for about 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week. I'm barely lifting a finger to get these deals. I'm killing two birds with one stone doing it on my live stream, and it's still going. I mean, I here's the thing, guys. Something that's always kind of peeved me, something that I've always kind of not liked, is creators doing what I did. You know what I did? I pointed to my checks. I pointed to my checks. And you know when you do something and people say the call comes from within the house? You say to yourself, "I don't like it when you do that thing." Well, there's a psychological reason behind it. Why do you not like it when they do that thing? And what is that thing for me? Well, that thing is saying that you're doing deals but not showing addresses. So all of a sudden I got really big into showing addresses because I was like, wanted to be the opposite of what I was, because that was me. I was the guy pointing to a check, selling a course who wasn't actually doing what they were saying they were doing. That was me for maybe a year. Maybe it was longer than 8 months. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm shrinking the period of time that that was for. But I'm selling this course, this $20 program, and I'm just not doing deals. Then I started doing deals again, and I saw other people not posting their addresses and selling their courses, and all of a sudden I get really, really critical about that. I feel really, really critical, like and why? Well, that was me. That was me, and it's a way to block the shame. You block the shame, you block the feeling by doing the exact opposite of it. And I'm still doing the exact opposite of it to this day. And I will be transparent about it. And you can be mad and you can unfollow me, and I get it, but call it fake it till you make it, right? And I got a taste of something. It stopped working, and I wasn't willing to let it go. I wasn't willing to let it go. I wanted it to keep being real, and I needed a way to make money during that time, because my parents weren't paying for my rent, my parents weren't paying for my food, and I needed a way to make money. So I was selling access to this educational thing where I taught what worked for me that ultimately wasn't working anymore. Um, so creative finance and cash deals, I combined the two strategies, and it exploded. And as of right now, we've never done more deals. We've never done more deals. I do a handful of creative deals and I do a handful of cash deals. I want to say the split is probably like, for me, 65% cash, 35% creative finance deals. And I'll tell you what the past 2 weeks has looked like: leaking addresses to kind of project my frustration with what I was doing and hopefully to become the opposite of what I was doing. And I'll tell you what's closing in the next week, also leaking the addresses. So here we go. This is what it's become, and this is what it is. So we will start with about 2 weeks ago, and let's get into it. So in the past 2 weeks, some deals that have closed for me. Check this out. We have Covert Street. We have Diatomite Drive. We have Wheeler. And don't we have one more? Don't we have one more? Harvey. Yes, we do. Harvey. We have Harvey. And I'll give you the addresses, guys, and I'll tell you what types of deals they are and what the fees are. So starting about 2.5 weeks ago, 6743 Covert Street, Detroit, Michigan. Finder's fee. Let's start tallying these guys just so you understand the scale of this. This is just me. This is not all of our deals combined. This is just deals that I'm doing. So $5,000 on Covert Street. What is Covert Street? Covert Street is a house in Detroit. I used a creative financing strategy where we took over the seller's debt, offering them $4K down and assigning it for another $5,000. Collected $5,000. Shortly after that, another creative finance deal, 5082 East Diatomite in Santan Valley, Arizona. By the way, I do this nationwide, not just one market. $7,000 on that one. That was about 2 weeks ago. Immediately after that, I closed a deal with a member of Hold My Hand Wholesale named Mike, 269 Wheeler Street, $11,000 off of that. And then we close Harvey. We close Harvey about a week after that. 11013 Harvey. By the way, these last two, these are cash deals. The cash deals had returned. So Harvey closes for $15,000. $15,000. And then those are the deals that closed in the past 2 weeks or so. I think there's one more that I might be forgetting. $38,000 right there. Not including fix and flips, just wholesale deals. $38,000, 2.5 weeks. In the next week or so, the deals that will close, we have, see if I can find them here. So we have, where did this thing go? There it is. Okay. Buckingham Street with a student named Yusuf, $6,000 fee. That should close in the next week or so. That brings us to $44,000. And then we have Joanne Street with another student of ours, 18418 Joanne Street, cash deal, Detroit, Michigan, $10,000. That brings us to $54,000. And then I proceed to have Peyton Street, another $6,000 fee with Yusuf, $60,000. This is all closing in the next week or so, including the ones from the past 2 weeks. And then we have Glenfield, another one with Yusuf. Yusuf is crushing it in the community, $4,000, $64,000. We're talking about a month of time, and I'm not done yet. We're going to keep going. And then I assigned to a similar buyer my other deal in Arizona. That deal is in Goodyear, Arizona. Address is 16028 South 185th in Goodyear, Arizona. Another $7,000. And then, so that's $71,000 in about a month of time. $71,000 in gross assignment fees in about a month of time. And I know I'm missing one or two, and it's bugging the hell out of me that I'm missing one or two. We also, oh, you're right. We have Pinehurst and Auburn, a package in Detroit, $10,000. That'll close in the next week or so. So that brings me to $81,000 in about a month in gross income generated from assignment fees. All of the deals come off of Zillow or just people DMing me properties. And it's a combination of creative finance deals and cash deals. On top of this, I'm running 3 fix and flips. I kind of post the updates of those on my story as I'm running them. But it's turned into a business where I can make $100,000 some month just by myself, making a couple calls per day, as you see me do here. And that was the trajectory, guys. There was some fake it till you make it, and there was some initial really awesome success. And then there was a long period of time where I was kind of hyper fixating on the wrong strategy. And now come full circle, 2026, I'm kind of combining both of these strategies to make anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 per month. And with flipping on top of it, even more than that. So it's been really great. We started Hold My Hand Wholesale. Hold My Hand Wholesale exploded. We currently have around 7,000 members in here. And I run one of the largest real estate investing communities in the world. So if you're looking to get started and you're like, you know what, the addresses that you gave here, the fact that this is recorded on YouTube and I can go back and look up those addresses and confirm what you're saying. And now I understand psychologically why you're giving me the addresses. Well, if that resonates with you and you're like, you know what, I don't want a job. I don't want a job. I want to live my life. Great. Me too. That was all I wanted. I saw those supercars. I saw those vacations on my feed. I went to the job fair. I knew that the money wasn't there with the jobs. I knew I could become a doctor and I still wouldn't be able to afford the car that at age 35, much less. I become a doctor at age 35. I still wouldn't be able to afford it, right? I've got friends that are in medical school. I see their trajectory that's ahead of them. Not only will their entire 20s has been spent studying, but they don't really start to earn until way, way after medical school when they have like a real doctor's job and a specialty that they're locked in on. So it's just like, man, I could become a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer and sacrifice my time for some money and maybe afford a middle of the pack Porsche 911. But man, I only get one shot at life, man. I only get one shot, and my body is only going to work the way that it does now until I'm maybe in my mid 30s, and then things start to decline. I'm not willing to spend that time behind a cubicle letting somebody else tell me when I can go to the bathroom and ultimately not really making enough money to afford my dream life. So I figured it out, and it took me some time, and now we try to fast track that process for you as well. And you know, through the addresses that we leak, we can see it's extremely doable. Just Juan on the stage here telling me that he received a $35,000 assignment fee that closed yesterday. I mean, that's the type of money that we would expect to make in a year. after taxes working our jobs from our college degrees. And it's happening. It's happening. And I'm excited to share the process with you. And right now we're going to jump into some seller calls, and I'm going to demonstrate the process here in real time. That's really what set me apart on social media, is that not just leaking the addresses, but on a daily basis, getting these properties under contract, getting sellers to say yes, and then selling them in front of you in real time. And that is exactly what we're going to start doing right now. So I'll briefly talk to Juan because he's been very patient during my YouTube video that I've been filming here, because this is a nice little YouTube video that we're putting together. But yeah, that's how we made it happen, guys. That's how we made it happen, and I hope the same can happen for you guys. So there's the Yap session. There it is. Anyways, Juan, what's going on, dog? Congrats on your 35K fee. What type of deal was that?
Finance on a, you could say, I mean, it's basically called a hotel, but it's like a 10-unit short-term rental, really.
Nice. So you guys closed on it?
Yeah, it closed yesterday.
No. When you say
the first time that they're saying like we need to mail a check, and it's like, well, I mean, I'll take it, I guess.
When you say wholesale, I think you buy it, you do some minor fix-up work,
no,
you put
no. We fully wholesaled it. It was a normal seller finance wholesale.
Oh, okay. So he used the creative financing strategy that I had made my everything, but now we kind of use both interchangeably to get this under contract. And it's in Puerto Rico. Are you in Puerto Rico?
No, I'm in Miami. I meant that it's a hotel, like a basically like a motel hotel.
Oh, I heard wholesale, and I was like, so I thought it was a different creative financing strategy. It's perfect. Okay, got it. And what were the numbers like? What was the purchase price?
It was on market, listed for like 1.25, I think. The offer was, I think, 1.35, so just 100K above the asking price. And then surprisingly, they only wanted to move forward with like a 200K down payment, which is way above 10%. But the numbers were absolutely insane. Like, I mean, like the monthly payments were, I think, somewhere like 5,000 a month, and they were bringing in like 20K a month. So even at like 30% entry for a buyer, like the cash flow was still like absolutely insane. So we said, we'll try it, and then we were able to sell it still, so it was fine, even though the down payment was 200K on 1.3.
Puerto Rico, fascinating. What made you want to try Puerto Rico?
I have a guy who just targets Puerto Rico deals, and he actually found it. I've thought about Puerto Rico because I know you can do it, and I speak Spanish, so I mean that's the only I have it on on top of like everyone in here mostly. So, but this guy that I know, he just targets Puerto Rico specifically, and he found it, and then we worked on it together. It's his first seller finance deal. I helped him a lot throughout the process, but yeah.
Awesome. If we're having any sort of audio issues, guys, leave and rejoin stream to fix audio issue. Everybody can hear. Okay. Well, yeah, dude, that's insane, man. And you used the strategy that got me one of my first creative finance deals, offering above somebody's asking price, and it was 0% interest seller financing.
Yep.
Great. Hell yeah. Why do you think the seller accepted it?
I know that they were getting divorced, the sellers, and then they've been on the market for like 100 days. And I'm assuming, even though the numbers are absolutely amazing, they were probably getting like lowball offers for some reason. So I mean, they didn't really have any counter to the 100K above the asking price. And it's really all about your pitch too. Like, like compared to being on the market for a while and getting a low offer. Hey, we can guarantee like a really high offer over a short period of time, right? It's just monthly payments and a 6-figure down payment. I don't think they would mind, especially if, respectfully, people that own like big multifamilies or, $1 million buildings. I don't think they are super desperate for cash now,
That's interesting. I get it. And honestly, if they do have the cash now, they just have to reinvest it into something else to kind of avoid the taxes. So it's like, it kind of skips the 1031 exchange step, guys. A 1031 exchange is avoiding the taxes by putting it into another figure. But, it's It makes sense. It makes sense. And yeah, they're far and few between. You get a call, but it pops up and you get deals done and you make life-changing amounts of money. And Juan, I would imagine you have more than enough money to start. I mean, you've already started investing. You already have a rental portfolio. Are you thinking about any other strategies on top of your head when you get this check?
Yes, I actually want to stack a little bit more so I can try the auction stuff. So I
Ooh,
heard,
right.
I've talked a lot to Jason and Roslyn and some other people that do auctions, and it sounds super interesting. Like, we have connections. Like you have buyers that flip all over the country. I have buyers that flip some, in some areas in the country. So we find like a cheap auction property in there, sell it to someone like Harry, for example. Like, that could work, and that'd be like a very easy buy for like 20K, so for like 30, 40,
Right.
one wins.
I've been so tempted to do that, man. I've just got so much going on that I haven't been able to look into it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was with Jason. He was at my house maybe like 3 weeks ago, and he's telling me about this strategy. And he tells me he gets this house under contract or not under contract. He buys on this house. I guess he goes on auction.com. He buys one of these properties and he resells it, making like what was it, $46,000?
Yeah, some yeah, he found an absolute like unicorn, you know?
Insane, and there's more out there, and I hear it's not immensely
Yeah.
competitive. Not too many people are doing the auction stuff right now. So yeah, guys, I think that's yet another I just, by having this community, I learn about more and more and more and more strategies, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. I just get so inspired. But right now, my strategies are flipping. I'm flipping properties, guys. I'm running renovations in Detroit right now virtually. I live in Oregon, but I'm doing it in Detroit, and same way I'm doing my wholesale deals virtually. And it's just really cool, and I'm happy to show you guys the process. So we're gonna jump into some deals right now. I'm gonna show you how to get properties under contract. We're gonna talk about how we can quit our job, and you'll see me do a couple deals. I'm gonna be shown a deal by a student of mine right now. I'll pay him a finder's fee if I think it's a good enough deal. One of my group leaders, Pam, does have something under contract, and I'm really interested in seeing it. I wonder if Pam will come up here. Come show me your deal, please, because I am buying in Detroit and I am now paying the finder's fees that I initially sought out to get. Let's call Pam because I'd like to see this. And maybe I'll tell you what. We'll talk to Juan first because Juan wanted to show something, and he shared his awesome story. So Juan, what's up, man? How can I help?
Appreciate you. I have two things. First of all, that San Antonio, I talked to you about it like last week. I have a San Antonio property. It's worth like 350. I have it for 4K down, like 1%, and it's pretty nice. I had a buyer, like, I was trying to sell it for like 15K entry. I was getting greedy. I wanted like a 10K fee, but all my people that walked it passed because it needs like a little bit of work, like a little bit of paint. So I don't know if you could post it on your community. I know I told you to do it, and you were like, "Oh, we could post it for like a small, like 4K fee," and I was like, I don't know about that. But now I do need it sold for like anything. So you can
Okay.
even post it at like 350K property for like 5K down.
Dude,
Like
hell yeah.
fee.
Hell yeah. Let me see if I can make that happen right now. So guys, one thing that I do also do is um I get I get a lot of houses for $0 down, and I started a community on how to buy them. So we're gonna say what's the rate on this?
5%.
San Antonio. So guys, we have a why am I spacing here? 350K house in San Antonio for 5K down.
You could say it might need like maybe like max, I'd say like 3 to 5K and like some paint is what I've heard from buyers. And then there's like I don't know. I mean, the pictures on Zillow look absolutely amazing, so I was shocked it needed anything at all. But that's the feedback I've been getting.
Hold on, let me look this up. I see JGM says you have 2 family homes. Are you the owner of those properties, JGM? Are those your houses? If those are your houses, I'd love to have a conversation with you and maybe we can do a deal. Are you interested in Atlanta? Yeah, I'm an owner in Atlanta, man. I own property there. So man, if you if you're the owner of those properties, we should have a conversation. I'm going to post this deal in my community really quickly, and then we can have a conversation. So that looks really good, though. He's saying he's got a number of owner finance properties for sale by owner. What do you think about owner financing? Man, every house I own is with owner financing. How do I start? Click the link in my bio. Join Hold My Hand Wholesale.
Yeah, but I DM'd you that like last week, and then I DM'd you something else that I just wanted to get your thoughts on.
What are the monthly payments? What's the PITA?
Let me read it real quick. PITA is 2408, and it also has a $30 HOA, so I guess like 2440.
I'm gonna say the person who has this under contract has it for even less than 5K. 5K down, and pulled the deal off. Zillow.
Yeah, I have it for 4K. It's fine. I'm just trying to sell it for anything. I know the sellers, the realtors, they're super cool. So I'm gonna help them out.
So this is this the Silver Tree property?
Yeah.
Silver Tree property. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
That's what I thought. And then two buyers walked and they said, hey, it needs a little bit of work. I don't know, maybe like a tiny bit. It's fine.
Man,
and I like maybe cut down some trees or something. I don't know.
Man, that is great. That is great. I wish we could sell it.
I have another one just like this with someone in here that, you know, we assigned the EMD in for 13K assignment. So I thought I was going to get the same for this one, but apparently not. So I just want to go on for anything.
Damn, you're having a really good month, huh?
But yeah, look, I might be peaking, but relax. I don't want to jinx it, bro.
That's really good.
I want a cold streak after this.
That is very, very good. Okay, so I'm posting this now. There's 65 people in here, and they're not Hold My Hand Wholesale members. Could I put your phone number in there so they can call you? Because I'm not taking a piece of this.
Yeah, if you could tell them to text me instead, that'd be nice. But yeah, just they call me, I'll answer.
I'll say contact Juan if you want more info on this. And then we'll go ahead and post that. Make sure I'm not sharing my screen. I don't want to out your information to everybody. Oh my God, why is it calling you? Please just let me copy the number. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, it's posted.
I appreciate it. And then last thing, super quick. I was on a call yesterday for a like 40 property portfolio in Memphis. I mean, it's obviously massive. I was like very hesitant to do it, but they're all renovated, vacant, and listed for super cheap. So I was thinking, damn, even if we just do like 3 or 5 at a time, like I feel like your guy Joseph might want these. They got for like 40%.
Memphis is huge. What do you think about?
So I DM'd you one of them just so you can take a look at it if you want.
Great.
It's like a fit. They're all, you know, listed for like 70K. There's obviously 48 of them. So we offer like 45, 50K. You know, they rent for like 1,200, 1,100.
Dude.
More than like 2%.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You know, decent condition.
Hell yeah. That's great. So let me check this. So you sent me.
So again, yeah, there's 48 of them. So I mean, I don't know what to do with them. I was gonna say we can maybe do like the best 5, get them on their contract at like as low as possible, and then dispo them, and then, you know, we do the rest later, something like that.
Interior looks really clean. That oven's gross as hell, but other than that, everything's super, super clean. Yeah, interior is nice. I don't see any issues with the interior. Just that roof is a little old, but probably not leaking. Probably just older roof. Yeah, so we've got an older roof. But other than that, yeah, very clean property. So, okay. Well, yeah, let's try to do a deal in Memphis. So I guess let's just run through some numbers here on these. Are they under contract?
No, I mean, there's 48. That's why I wanted to hop on here and be like, yo, what do you think we should do? Like, do like maybe 3 of the best ones, and then if they sell, they get 3 more or something like that, or
maybe we try 4. Let's try 4 of the good ones. So 4 of the good ones.
Okay.
What price can you get these at?
They're all around like 80K. some of them are more expensive, but they're kind of the bad ones. So they're all around like 80K. I feel like I can get them to like 50, 55.
This one looks like it's
You know?
listed for 69. I tell
Yeah,
you
yeah,
what,
those are one of the cheaper ones.
it's kind of a pain to market something prior to having it under contract. So
Why not?
why don't you contract 4 that look like they're in really clean condition? Do your cash on cash calculation, and if we're like 25, 30%, great. We are golden on that, and we can probably stack 5 to 10K per property on that. And yes, they would eat up the entire portfolio. They have the funds to do so. So yeah, I would say pick your 4 or 5 best. You could probably do 10 at a time even, but it's going to be easier 4 or 5. And check the roof, check the windows. Those are big things for these buyers. This roof is at the end of its life, but it's a really tiny roof. It's probably about 7K to replace. Perhaps the seller can give us a concession for that after we inspect. So buyer inspects, find some issues, negotiate 5% concession on the package. Buyer's happy. We're all good to go. They submit EMD and we're off to the races. So contract 4 or 5 of them, and I will 100% be able to get them sold. Big things though that they care about: cash on cash return. They minorly care about crime in the area. So if you see a ton of shootings, don't do it. But if there's just like 1 or 2 a couple blocks away, oh, okay, probably can do it. And really maybe just keep that to 1. They don't care about any of the other violence you'd see on spot crime. And they really do care about the roof and windows and cash on cash return. So I would say if we do see roofs like this that kind of look like they're at the end of its life, anticipate that we're probably going to ask for a concession after the inspection.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a note of that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll choose the best 4, and then I'll let you know after that, I guess.
Yeah, this is good. This is really good. I think you could definitely make something happen here, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. More mentors inside the group. How many do we? I mean, we've got a lot right now. A lot of really great ones. I mean, the people who just come to mind. I'm gonna go with Thomas Allen, Juan, who I'm talking to now, Kira, Pam, Yusuf, and we also have Jason. I mean, that's 6, and then there's probably like 4 or 5 more behind the scenes that are also just excellent people. So these guys, these 6 people all go live throughout the week. I also go live every single day. So we can always bring more people, but I'm hesitant to graduate people to group leader so quickly, because group leader comes from a commitment to the community, but also success in the business. And those are some things that I'm looking to see. And we have so many other people who are on the verge of being promoted, like Rosalind. So I think there's more coming for sure, but we have a really broad range of perspectives. And what I mean by that is, Juan is a 20-something-year-old, 23 or 24-year-old, living in Miami. He's been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now. Jason is a like 50 or so years old, and he is a massive landlord making hundreds of thousands a month from his properties, with a plethora of unique strategies inclusive of wholesale and creative financing. Whereas Kira, also probably middle-aged, and she's been doing this for about a year or so, but it's just had unbelievable success and has such a kind heart and massive commitment to the community. And then you have somebody like Yusuf, who's in Egypt. Yes, you heard that right. Egypt, a group leader from Egypt. And we couldn't deny him group leader status because bro has $35,000 in closing. We reviewed it with him yesterday. So we've got a really broad range of perspectives on how to do this business. And we sometimes promote people too quickly and they cause problems. Like I had this guy named Trent who I was super close with, like actually close friends with, who was a really positive figure in the community for a long time. And then I found out that he was selling courses to all of my members, and I'm like, dude, stop that. And he's like, no. And I was like, man, we're friends. You're poaching my marketing, and we're friends. How are you doing this? So I promoted him too quickly, and we had to remove him. But that happened again last week with Stephen G, who was also streaming his outside course to members and upselling a course to them. And it's like, man, these people are just here to learn, and now there's more upsells, and I've asked you not to, and you keep doing it. So we had to remove him as well. But I want to be careful about promoting internally. I do it slowly over time because I'm trying to gauge your character, your commitment to the community, and then also how good of a wholesaler you are. I need to make sure that you're actually doing deals. So yeah, more group leaders coming, more group leaders coming. Yeah, only he can upsell, not you guys or other people. Absolutely, I upsell. Well, actually, I don't really upsell. We have Buy Box Cartel, but that's a resource to do deals. We're not like upselling things to you guys during every single live stream. That's not what's happening. But yeah, I do have an online offering. But the difference is, I just spent an hour and a half to carefully craft a video designed to bring people into the community. I deleted half of it. I refilmed it. I'm talking to my editor. We're consulting. I'm calling my business partner. Do you think I'm phrasing this the right way? And just very, very carefully crafting a piece of content, as I said, while I was late, why I was late to this live stream, to get people in here. And then I'm going to spend 3 hours of my day educating these people and providing value to them. So yes, you're right. I do sell something, and it takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and a lot of creativity to continue to do that. And I'm happy for you guys to do the same. The only thing I ask is don't poach my funnel. And what I mean by poaching my funnel is all of the energy I put into to bringing these people in. Don't steal my sales funnel. Get your own sales funnel. The reason that these older guys are stealing my sales funnel is that they're older guys, and content doesn't really click to them because they didn't grow up on Snapchat. I mean, I remember being 12 years old, creating a Snapchat account, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm doing," that's all I knew as a kid. And when you're older and you don't grow up with that, and you're not holding a phone up to your face every single day, it's not as obvious how to make a good video to hook somebody in, and how to not be, how do I say this, socially awkward on camera. And you know, it takes a long time to learn. I posted a picture on my story yesterday of 400,000 on TikTok. Man, that took me that took me 5 years to get there. It takes a long time, guys. It's like a college degree worth of effort. But anyways, I'm gonna get started here, Juan. Lock those up. We'll get them sold for you. And I'm gonna make some calls right now. We're gonna get something under contract. I said this is how we avoid getting a job. And I'm gonna show you right now. So I've got a seller, and the seller wants to sell a property. And the somebody says catastrophic levels of yapping today. I agree. I agree. Sorry. Some days are like this. Some days we tell a fun story to motivate you guys rather than just go straight into calls. Um, but yeah. Anyways, yes, Rosalind, you're on my radar. I see you. I hear good things about you. I hear that you're killing it. I see you here every single day. So you're in the front of my mind. Know that. We will continue to make decisions to get you to where you need to be. And then we also got Jesimar in here. Jesimar, I'm sorry that I didn't mention you in the group leaders. You're obviously a huge force here, so I appreciate it. Also, Mike, you're definitely on my radar too. I honestly already thought you were a group leader, but all right. Hold on, guys. We're going to set up this call. Okay. Jumping into it. Hopefully the seller responds. Here we go. First sales call of the day. Let's get it done. Bro better pick up the phone. You better pick up the phone. Don't tell me we're not good. Come on. Pick up the phone.
Please leave your message.
Oh, killer. We need to talk about this deal while I'm live. Okay, we'll look at another deal. This one's already under contract. Pam, what do you have for me, man? You got something? I'm still buying in Detroit.
Yeah, I texted it to you. This seller, his attitude is kind of like, I need someone with cash right now. Don't waste my time. But his asking price for this duplex is at 65. And so I was like, okay, your price kind of good. And then I'm looking at the photos. I sent you a video walkthrough. It looks like it looked like a half done thing where they stopped in the middle of it.
Okay. West side or east side of Detroit? Oh, kind of west side. Okay. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was noticing too.
Okay. Just want to make sure. It looks like a new roof here. Looks like, okay, this is in July of 2026. A couple rough looking houses on the block. What do you think about this area being somebody from Detroit? Because I'm starting to know my areas. I'm gonna say I don't love where this is.
Same. Now looking at it,
Okay. Well, the house
it's
doesn't.
like an area that's definitely near Highland Park, and yeah, that's the part I don't really go to, basically.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's in terrible condition. Let's look at the photos. And then we also have buyers looking for flips. So I mean, I could just call and get this thing sold. So, oh, we only have 5.
If you look at the video walkthrough, you'll see they're kind of half done. It's a lot of flooring done, a lot of cabinets done. That's basically where they're. I guess they just stopped. But he didn't even want to talk to me about details or anything because he's like, if you don't got cash, stop talking to me.
Oh, well, maybe he won't like me either because I'm gonna have to send my contractor there. The windows look good, and the roof looks like it's good. So those are positive things here. And I'm actually looking at the wrong house. It's the one across the street. So it's this triangular brick property, right?
Yeah, and the last thing he said was that just tell him a time and we can walk it because that's what I kind of asked him. Like, do we got a window for us to get inside? I'm pretty sure he's not opposed to hard money, of course.
It'll be
But, yeah, he was just
private
kinda
money.
talking like that. Like his attitude was that.
Okay, 65K. Let's go ahead and check the after repair value because I don't actually know where this is going to come in, guys. And then Instagram, let me know if I get muted. It's probably going to happen here shortly. Instagram always takes my audio away while I'm live. So we're in 48206. 48206. Is this off market?
Yeah, it's off market.
Is this something I could share my screen on?
I don't got it under contract or anything, but yeah, it's off market though.
What you think? I'll keep it private if you want me to keep it private.
I mean, it's a deal literally for you type of thing. Like I was like, oh, duplex, you want to flip that?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm trying to identify exactly where this is. Dexter, Linwood, Central High School. Okay. So there's that curve in the road. Let me just find that curve in the road. There it is. Okay, so the house is right there. All right. You know, what an interesting little pocket. The reason I say what an interesting little pocket is because you have really expensive houses right next door. So look at this. Look at this. It looks like where this road cuts off right here, everything goes through the roof. You know, let's check this out. If we click sold, you see much higher prices over here, and then you see these like 10K prices over here. So let's look at multifamily properties and try to understand a little bit here. Interesting. So this is that really desirable historic district right there. Then it also looks to be nice over here. And then this little pocket just doesn't have super high comps. This right here looks like a really solid duplex, but it only went for 115. And then you've got this guy right here. I don't know what that is. That's huge though. You've got this guy right here, $200,000 duplex. Let's look at it. Huh. Very interesting. And you've got this guy right here, 60K. I wonder. 110. And then your dimensions on this property. Let me learn about the dimensions.
I think it's 1900.
5'2", 1900 square feet. Huh. I think it's the area more than anything. I think it's the area that scares me more than anything. I don't think it's a bad renovation or anything like that. I just when I see, and you'd know more about this than I do, but when I see these open swaths of land, I get kind of a bad feeling. and it's this stuff right here. I don't know why, but I just don't love houses that have these big open swaths of land next to them. And then also when I see like kind of the rough roads like this, yeah, Detroit kind of looks like that, but Detroit doesn't always look like this. Doesn't always look like this. You know, it can be a lot nicer than this.
Mhm.
I don't know if this house is
Yeah.
abandoned, but those are
Oh,
things
that's like
that
last month.
yeah, that's like really recent. So we know it looks exactly like that. So I don't think it's a bad deal. So what do you think you could get it for?
He's literally asking 65. So I was kind of wanting to base it on the renovation that might happen.
Okay.
I'm
I
pretty sure he would probably, I don't know. I guess I would haggle some.
I have a buyer looking for flips. You know, anything you can get below that, I might be able to sell it because I do think something like this could probably sell for like 140. We just need photos of the interior, and then I can probably get this thing sold for you wholesale. I think it's I don't think it's a bad one. I really don't think it's a bad one. But I think what I'm looking for are duplexes in areas that might look like this. Let's see what this area looks like. See if would be an acceptable area. So that yeah, this is I think this is acceptable. Kind of the same you know, kind of the same thing going on in this area too, guys. Let me see if I can find let me see if I can find an area where I'm like, you know what, that is 100% what we're looking for. Just so you guys know. So this is pretty close to my flip on Merland. Let's see what this area looks like. I just want it to look like a neighborhood, guys. I want it to look like a filled in, lived in neighborhood. And you'll see what I mean by filled in. Yeah, like this. This is what I mean by filled in. What I mean by filled in, guys, is that there are houses there, and this is a complete neighborhood. The neighborhood is complete. It's just it looks like people are mowing their lawns. It looks like there's a bit of a bit of. It's like you guys having a bad day right there. I saw that and I was like, ooh, unfortunate. But yeah, it's there's no big open swaths of land, and this is kind of where I want to flip. I've kind of whoa, massive fire down there too. Damn, Google car's just chasing that fire. But yeah, guys, I do kind of want to flip in areas like this, where it just looks like the neighborhood is lived in and people live there. But when I see something like this, I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous about this area. I just don't want to be stuck with a property where my buyer's like, well, I don't really want to own in this area if I'm being honest. And I could kind of see why they wouldn't want to own in the area. You know, it does look like a bit of a rough area. And then another thing that can kind of shine a light on that is spot crime. Spot crime can definitely tell us something about this area. Let's see what we see. So if we search this up, you know, it's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Not that much violence there. So I don't know. I get a gut feeling that this would be a wholesale deal for me. And I really do want to buy a deal off of you. I really do. Guys, I'll show you what I'd be looking for really quickly here if you're curious, because I think I haven't looked on Zillow in a minute here for these multifamily properties. I'll show you what I'm looking for. They're actually pretty easy to find. If I put in a price filter of like 110,000, multifamilies start to become in rough condition. You want to get something like that at $80,000 or $70,000, and I'm your buyer. Let's see what we can find. So my sweet spot price point that I love to see things listed for is just about 100K, and I'm looking for the property to look like something that I want to buy as well. So I want to see if I can find something that looks like something I'd want to buy. Let's see. So this guy looks pretty good. 2,900, 6 beds, 3 baths. Roof is pretty steep, but it might not need a roof. And then the windows don't look that bad either. Interior is just a little bit gross. Just a little bit of a gross interior, not actually that bad. Yeah, so we're going to redo this deck right here. We're going to put in new windows. We might have to do something to the roof. The windows are going to be like $8,000. I don't know about the roof, but let's keep looking through the property. So this is kind of what I'm interested in here, guys. A property like this would go for probably $1,400 per side. Now, when it comes to looking like this, I want to see the location as well. I do care about my location, and then I'll call and see if I can make something happen. So do we have that kind of filled in neighborhood that I'm looking for? Absolutely. Absolutely we do. Yes. Totally. 100%. Love this. So far, super interested in something like this. I already know that I kind of want to be around the 80K price point for my buy. Why? Well, I can't see my roof. I have to see my roof. I can answer that question here shortly. Why do I want to be around 80K? So we search the area. Let's look at the house. Let's match up the property. It's got this arch and then these little slots there. It's probably this one, right? Nope. There it is. Cool. So checking my roof. Nice. Roof looks great. That's in April of 2026. Roof looks excellent. Ooh, there's something though. Brickwork needed. So we're gonna need to do some brickwork here, guys. That's bad. That's bad. That needs to be fixed. I can't tell you how much that'll cost. I've never run into it before, but I'm open to running into it. So I like that. That's a nice little cosmetic rehab for me. What do I think about the windows? Vinyl, older, not peeling though. Brick exterior, sturdy exterior. We just need to do some work right here and right here. This whole thing's gonna fall down damn near. That's not safe. So yeah, that looks to be something I'd be very interested in. We got some shingles up there. We're gonna have to fix the shingles. Definitely some new windows. So I don't think it needs a roof, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that needs a roof, and that is something huge for me. Look at that roof. That is a nice, clean, tight-fitting roof. Tight, tight, tight. That's nice. I like it. Okay. So that's something I'd be interested in, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this under contract, guys. I'm just gonna see if we can walk this property, because I'm just about to be done with it with 2 or 3 of my fix and flips, and I'll see if I can get something like this under contract right here, right now. Now, where do I want to be for this? Well, it kind of depends on the comps, but I'm thinking I could sell this for 160,000. I think I could sell this for about 160K, but let's zoom in and find out. So here it is. We like the street view. We like the area. Let's go ahead and reset filters. Look at comps for, oh, we're already golden. Yeah, we're already golden. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm a buyer for this all day long. I'm a buyer for a deal like this, guys. Look at those comps. The houses all around it are listed for like 189,000. Come on, heater, turn back on. It's getting cold in here. Wow. So obsessed with this deal. I don't know how I haven't found it. 15 days on Zillow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm such a buyer for this. Let's run some numbers. I buy for 80K. I put in 10,000 closing costs. I have to fix the brickwork. Gosh, how much could that cost? I don't know. I've never run into brickwork like that before. We're gonna go with $5,000. It doesn't look devastating. I don't think it's great, but we'll go with 5K for the brickwork. So 5,000 is my brickwork. I'm definitely going to need some more exterior work than just bricks. I think we need shingles on part of the house. I think we need maybe some more windows. So yeah, as I look around, guys, some of the higher up windows do need to be replaced, like this and this, maybe that. You know, I think we're probably looking at 6K for windows, and then we got the deck in the back. So we'll do $6,000 for continued exterior work, and then more for this deck here. Let's do another 3K for the, or 2,500 for the deck. So it's 2,500 to the deck, $6,000 exterior. Okay, so I'm currently in the deal for $103,000, and then I haven't entered the property yet. So we need to enter the property, and we're going to start doing the rehab inside the house. A lot of this stuff looks okay. I think it's okay, but it's kind of gross in some areas. I can't see mechanicals. Let's see if they wrote anything about mechanicals. Nope. No. Wow, really? No notes at all? They just do no work, do they? And they won't even pick up the phone when I call. Okay. Let's say that we find some shit in the interior that we didn't expect, and that is another $20,000. We're in it for $123,000. I think I could sell this for 160 plus, and that's a low end estimate. Maybe even like 190, because look at these comps here. Look at these comps, guys. 184, duplex, significantly smaller. 198, duplex, bigger, but 198. So the comps say 200. I know I got a buyer on the top of my head who will pay me upwards of 160, 170K. I'm a buyer for this all day long. Let's say I have to pay 10K more and they're not willing to negotiate 20K down with me. Then I'm in it for, so let's say we pay 85. I'm in it for 128, and I should be able to sell it for, I think my buyer would definitely pay 170. Let's run some cash on cash return for that. If the property can go for like 2,800, which I really do think it can go for 2,800. I'm going to take 20% off the top because it's not occupied. I'm going to look at $170,000 as a price. 170,000. Checking my buyer's price. We're looking at a $34,000 down payment here. $908 or $905 per month. subtract my 905. Taxes and insurance are going to be stupid high on this. Let's call it $600. They make $735 per month. All of a sudden, I'm a little nervous about cash on cash here. Multiply that by 12. They're making $8,820 per year. Divide that by total cost of buying, $34.44. So it's $44K to buy. That's actually 20% on the dot. It's actually 20% on the dot. And I used 2,800 and I took off 20% and I used 600 for taxes and insurance. That would mean that we're looking at 150 insurance, 450 per month in taxes. But because this is kind of an expensive area, I'll look at some of the other properties taxes. Okay. Taxes here, 585. Might have to sell. So I think getting this 20K below is and I might even list on the MLS just because of the comps here. The comps are so strong, it might be worth listing for 185, 190 on the MLS just because it's so good. So, okay. I'll have somebody reach out. Okay. All right. I'm going to call on this right now. What a great deal. Here we go. You have a unique situation hoping you can help with. You can book a one-on-one call with me, or we can chat and hold my hand wholesale. It's up to you. So phone is ringing. Let's see if we can make something happen. Please pick up, realtor. Don't make me triple dial you. I will triple dial you.
Please leave your message.
Oh my gosh. First dial. I'm going to triple dial them. Come on. It's like 1 in 7 realtors pick up the phone. It's kind of crazy. You'll eventually get to them, but I'll have my buyer's agent let me in if I can't get in. So I'll call my buyer's agent after this.
Please leave your message for two.
Oh, we got muted on Instagram. I'm going to restart this. We got muted. I wonder why. I don't know if it's a glitch or if they're purposefully doing it. I just can't imagine why. Watch me cold call. Okay, so let's go ahead and call. I don't think they're going to answer. I'm going to call my buyer's agent. So I have a buyer's agent in the area. She can let me into the property. This realtor should answer because she's my buyer's agent, my representing agent. Or she'll text me back. She's been great. At least I'm hoping. Pick up the phone. I can't double dial her. She's too nice. Too nice to double dial.
You've reached 512.
Oh, scary. Can't do that. I'll say, hey, I have a house I'd like to walk And per usual, the realtor will not respond. Address is so what's going to happen is there's usually MLS access to a property, like there's just a lockbox or something, and then a realtor can let you in. Could you help? And yeah, I'm also going to call my contractor and just see what his availability is. Chris, Detroit contractor, and then now if you got that thing at 70K, guys, I'm giving you $10,000. 100% I'm giving you 10,000. I'm excited. This property excites me. It really excites me. Okay. Let me call my contractor and see what his availability is, and we'll also get some updates on my active flips. Sorry to see how you get treated by agents. This is just how it is, Nick.
Hello.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing really well. I wasn't able to see all of your texts. What's the status update on this?
Which one?
Oh,
I sent you about two updates.
I guess we'll start with Merlin. I saw something about the screen door. I was live when I saw it, so I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, the screens that we ordered for the windows coming in tomorrow. Everything else is already done except for the electrical at the pole. That's the last thing I got to do. So once the screens is in and I got smoke detectors too. So I'll put all that in tomorrow. So everything will be done but the pole. And I'm going to try to get that done tomorrow. I just got to take a ladder over there for my electrician.
Okay.
So everything will be done over there tomorrow. Hopefully I can get that ladder over there and get him over there so he can just fix that. That's the last thing.
Okay, so I should schedule Merlin to be walked on Friday?
I wouldn't say Friday. I got to get my electrician over there. That's the last thing. If he go tomorrow, then we'll be done tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Keep me posted on that. And then Sanford, how's that looking?
Sanford, I gotta get the phone back out for that tub.
Oh, okay. Same update as yesterday. And then you were
Yeah.
talking about Tracy moving along nicely. How's that looking?
Yeah. We finishing up the upstairs bathroom. I want to get the downstairs bathroom material. I'm ready for that now.
Okay, great. I mean, that tile looks really good. I remember I texted you about the windows because the window looked a little. It's not terrible, but are we gonna keep that window? Because I think on a house like this and this price point, we need to have nice stuff in it.
No, we got all new windows. I already got those.
Okay, huge. Okay, perfect. Because I know this needs to look clean as hell if we're gonna get it done.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And I got this other deal. I think you're gonna love it. I think it's in really nice condition, livable as is now. Maybe a nicer version of what Merlin was. But yeah, I'm seeing if you and Bree can walk the property in like the next day or so.
Let me see where that says. That's on the way. Let me pull this up on the map real quick. So that's right by. I'm not seeing it.
I think it's a really good area based on the comps I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's over there. It's an up and coming area. It's fine. Yeah, that's a good area.
Yeah, I mean the comps are like 200,000 for multifamily properties. It looks really, really good, and the house is really pretty too. I think what we're going to run into, no new roof, probably some new windows, not all new windows, and then we also need some. What do you call it? Masonry? Is masonry the brickwork?
Yes.
Yeah, we need some masonry work. The brick in the front of the house, it's not collapsing, but it's a little bit skewed. But yeah, I think this is a light project, light turnaround, month and a half rehab. And then I've already got buyers waiting for stuff like this. And then I might even just list it on the MLS with Bree because it seems to be such a desirable area.
Depending on that brick that you can see on the pictures, it could indicate that it's coming from the basement. So I would have to see it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Would you be available? When's your earliest convenience or something like this?
Let me see tomorrow.
Because Bree just texted us back.
Whenever she's available, I should be able to get over there because I'm in the area because it's close to Maryland and it's close to Tracy. So whenever she get over there, whenever she's available, I should be able to get over there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say because I want to. We're about to exit Merlin and Sanford. I want to line up some more deals too.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Let me know what this house looks like.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much. See ya.
Oh.
Okay, cool. So we'll go get that property checked tomorrow. I don't need to contact the realtor. My buyer's agent will let me in via the MLS. This would be one that I would buy myself and take title on. And I think that I think the kicker here is if I'm buying something like this and I'd be willing to pay $85K, if you got it at $75K or even $70K, you're getting $10,000. With that said, please don't try to insert yourself into my deal. Yeah, that's something I'd definitely be interested in. Now, what I'm gonna do for the remaining 30 minutes of my stream is I'm gonna look at your deals. I'm gonna look at other people's deals. Maybe I can make some more calls. Maybe Joseph is off the call now. Let's give him a call. Maybe we can do one acquisitions call. Nobody's picking up their phone. It's too hard. It's too hard. He's not gonna pick up. Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at deals now. Pam, maybe we can wholesale that thing we already talked. Is there anything else?
I would say so. It's at 65. So if I get it at like 50, then I'll just send it to you. You can wholesale it to your buddy.
Yeah. I've got a great fix and flip buyer, and then we obviously have so many in Detroit on Buy Box Cartel. But yeah.
So I'll go take photos then.
Great. Yeah. Thanks so much. Let me know what the inside looks like. Get as much details as you can. Lock it up as low as you can. And yeah, I think it'll sell for 140 based on cash return.
Gotcha.
Huge.
Sure.
Guys, computer's at 5% or 7%. Let me plug this in. Oh, hold on. Instagram, let me know if I lose audio. They love to ban my audio nowadays. Just one. All right. Charger. Get it. Okay. Okay. Next, we'll talk to Cruz. Cruz, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Rich? I sent you the link to this listing I saw. It needs some mechanicals. It's not under contract yet, but I just wanted to get your opinion on it. He told me all it needs is mechanicals. It looks like they flipped it. I was trying to get a DSCR loan for it first, but since it needs mechanicals, I decided to offer a Harmony loan. I just want to make sure it kind of works for you.
For flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comps should be 140.
Yeah, usually these smaller duplexes or mid-sized duplexes sell for 140, 150. Yeah, it doesn't look like it needs very much work at all. My concern is that the fees of acquiring might just eat up all the profit there. Because like imagine you get this for $110,000, $10,000 closing costs, say $5,000 assignment fee. Now you're in it for $125,000 before we've put in any rehab. So there's probably $15K in acquisition fees with the wholesale fee, and then also your closing cost being $10K on one of these deals. So
Yeah.
I would imagine that if somebody were going to flip this, yeah, I bet they could put in $10K. I mean, I can't see the roof from this because it's blurry. Let me see the roof.
Yeah, street view roof looks clean. But yeah, I just kind of told him since it does need mechanicals and who knows what other work we found, if we could present 92K on the Harmony loan, and he said he'll present it. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah. For me or for my buyers, because I might have just landed on something I really want. No guarantee that I'll be able to get it though. So maybe.
Yeah, for you or your buyers. But I'm just saying I did present 92K for now.
Okay.
But if we walk in and you guys find something else, maybe we can even lower that.
I think I like the location. I think we're going to need roof gutters. or not roof, gutters. I'm sorry, gutters. Roof, I don't know. Roof looks good. Roof doesn't look terrible. I think it's okay. Roof might be able to stay. Maybe a little bit of work there, but we're gonna need some gutters. Those look like they're kind of falling off the house in the street view, but that is also in 20. You know what I just realized? The photo of the roof was taken in 2018. So I'd want to know if they've replaced it since then, because the photo on Zillow is so blurry I can't even see the roof. It's just dark. But the photo we see on Google Maps does look okay, but that's an 8-year-old photo. So I'm thinking that, yeah, I'm thinking that the roof probably does need to be replaced, because now it's been 8 years. Roof looks okay here, but now it's been 8 more years of rough snow in Detroit. So I'm thinking that I honestly need more photos to tell you, because I can't see the inside. It's just too blurry, but it doesn't really look like it needs much. And then mechanical is cheap, probably $6,000 or $7,000. And then we need a little bit of gutter work, but maybe the gutters have been fixed because it's been a while. Maybe it doesn't look like that. Maybe the roof is new. I don't really know. But
Okay.
92. If you have it for 92, I'm in it for 102, then plus your assignment of 5K, 107,000. And then now I'm putting in, let's say, 15K work. Now I'm in it for 122 and selling for 140. So I think lower than that.
Yeah, it's getting tight.
I think a little lower than that. I think a great price for this would be like, well, if you got it at 80, if you have it at 80, I give you 5K. I'm in it for 85. Then I'm in it for 95,000 with closing costs. And then I'm leaning towards fixing the roof, but roof mechanical is light, very light interior. The roof is steep, so the steepness is definitely going to make that roof closer to 12,000. 12,000 on the roof. I don't know about my windows. It's hard to say, but we won't include them at this time. And then let's say I need to do another 10,000 on the interior. At 80K with a 5K assignment, I'm in it for 117 and selling for 145 to one of my buyers. So I'm only making like 28K. I'd love to make at least like 35 on a project, because you always find extra shit during the rehab. So if you get me more info, yes, but if I'm going to sell for 145, I think a little higher than 140, just because I've got some great buyers for this. This one is a little high priced, honestly. I think they're trying to sell it as turnkey, and maybe it is pretty close to turnkey. We just need more information on the roof. If the roof doesn't happen to be that bad, we could probably lock it up for like 80K and it'll be a deal.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to him about that, since I didn't bring the roof up, since it looked good to me, but I'll try to lower it to 80.
Okay. Huge. But remember, that's contingent on the roof being like in okay condition.
Okay, cool.
All right. Awesome.
And quick question for Harding. We're supposed to walk tomorrow. The agent still wants the whoever's walking's info, the contractor's info.
Let me call. Oh yeah, I verbally sold that one yesterday, or got interest on that yesterday.
Cool. Yeah.
Sent a query for 120. You have it at 110. Thursday, 3 p.m. walkthrough confirmed. Need to confirm with Quaid. So, yeah.
Yeah, agent just wants to get the contractor's info, and he was asking for wholesaling.
Mohammed. Yo, Andrew. Can I see the video? Damn, we're just not trying to pick up our phones today, huh? No, I'm just talking to. I'm curious about how my video is performing. Wow. Most valuable video on the internet today, 1,400 views. And it's not even like, oh, well, maybe it is. Like, bro, we leaked so many addresses. Oh my God. What could it be? I wish I knew. Quite literally the most valuable video on the internet, like top 5 of all time. And the reason I say that is because I walk you step by step how to find and sell a wholesale deal with multiple addresses as examples. Oh, and then the hook is absolutely insane. I spent an hour and a half on it. It's got 5K views in 2 hours. And it's like quite literally one of the most valuable videos on the internet, because nobody actually tells you how to make money. They point to a check, say they did it, and then they sell you their course. But when you actually see the addresses and the step-by-step of what happened to get the check, it's like a very rare thing that doesn't get shown on the internet. But I don't know how to make content anymore, I guess. Okay, so doing the exact thing that we talked about in the video, this gets 0 engagement. Totally fine. This was sent yesterday. We need to have somebody walk. Can your guy go at 3 p.m. on Thursday? If you give me his number, I can arrange it. Mohammed, I think. I don't have his number off the top of my head, and no matter how much I beg, I can't get these people to answer the phone right now, unfortunately. It's my most recent, guys. It's my most recent video. It's just dummy valuable. It's about how not to get a job, but nothing. But Andrew, what I will say, I have a oh, I think he's too far. We'll say full origin story told on YouTube first 30 min today. Ah, terrible. Where do I find your videos? Just on, it's where you signed up. You were watching my videos on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or somewhere like that. But okay. If you're very new, I would watch the Get Started courses. But they're not there anymore. So go to www.hmhw.group and then take the courses you find on there, and then that will clear up everything for you. All right, Cruz, I'll keep you posted, man. I unfortunately cannot control if people want to do their job.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I just wanted to ask you because agent's asking for that, and he was also asking if we were trying to wholesale it, but I haven't responded to him on that.
We are trying to wholesale it. I don't know if, I mean, I would have somebody walk the property first, and then maybe we can tell them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to tell them. Yeah, obviously we're trying to wholesale it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Talk soon. See ya. Bye. Let's see. We're gonna talk to Hunter. Hunter, what's going on?
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Doing well today. How can I help?
So I DM'd you the address that I'm currently in the offer process with. I initially offered 45, and then he countered me at 52. I don't think that it would be a deal at 52, but basically what I'm asking is, what should I counter him at?
Okay, cool. Let's check it out.
The rehab is like 40 to 50 on it. ARV is 175. Currently listed at 6. Let me double check.
Is this the most recent link you sent me? No, probably
Yeah.
not. That's from June.
Sorry.
No,
I
sorry.
just sent one.
Somebody else's. My bad. Okay, found it. Got it. Let's look this thing up. You want me to keep the address private, or should we share it?
Yeah. No, don't. It's not a contract.
Okay. Let's see here.
He just emailed me back about an hour ago, at 52, and so I wanted to know what I should counter on that.
52.
Yeah, and it hasn't been listed for very long, and it seems like it's got 70 saved. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, it's not been on the market for very long.
Doesn't look that bad. It looks like it just needs some
mechanicals, windows, flooring,
roof,
maybe new cabinets. I think the roof is fine. When I looked at Street View 22, it looked bad, but then I looked at, like, you can kind of see behind the trees that it looks like it's been replaced. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, check this. I don't think so. This kind of lets me know that roof's at the end of its life. Yeah, you can come up, man. I'll help you. All right, I'm tapped for today, guys. I got enough people on stage, but yeah, that's that's definitely needing a new roof right there. But yeah, nice cosmetic flip. I think somebody would definitely be open to it if we have the right numbers here.
So what should I counter him again? Cause I initially offered 45 and then he countered at 52. I was thinking maybe 48, 49, maybe 50. But I wasn't sure.
Okay. Well, it's at 64, so I probably want to get it like at 45 so that we're at least 20K below list price. We don't like to be too
Right.
close to what it's listed for, but let's check the comps in the
Which was
area.
my initial offer was 45.
Yeah, I like that. Let's check your comps. So here's the 70. Oh, where did you go? Man, Zillow makes it hard to find properties. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's hidden. I gotta find this thing. Sorry, bear with me, man. The Zillow, you look up an address and then you go to the map and it's just gone in a sea of properties. They could so easily make that better.
And then you wonder which filter you have that's blocking it out, and then you reset it and it's still just missing.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the map. There's the map of it's kind of deep on the west side. Deep west side property. Okay, and I think I found it. 60 up here? No. Up here? No. Well, where did it go? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is very hard to find these properties on Zillow. Okay, so there's the diagonal line. Let's find that line. There's the diagonal. Okay, I found the line. And then I see one block and 2 block. And it's the first, okay, I found it. And how interesting! It's not. It was hidden behind another property. Okay, so a lot of the houses around here are listed for pretty cheap, so that's something to consider. But I'm gonna see what's sold because listed isn't exactly truth.
My comps were a little far. I mean, I wouldn't say they were that far. I think they were still within a mile, but to find one that was a solid brick around like that size and that bath, it was a little far-ish. I can send you the comps I have.
31,000 square feet. 31,000 square feet. 31,000 square feet. Okay. So let's look at my comps. I comp in a very small range because Detroit is very block by block, but here's a 4.2, 1,100 square feet for 150. That's not bad. Let's look at the past 12 months because that sold in 2024. Past 12 months, 4.2, 1,800 square feet for 120.
See.
I'll show you my comps, man. This is what I'm seeing here. This is kind of how I see it. So this is the area. We're not really revealing the address or anything, but I can go slightly wider than this. We can go a little. We can go a little wider here. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I did a little wider than that general to find one that was remodeled.
This is a pretty far range right here. We're a little closer. We're gonna go because I can't really cross Hubble Avenue, so I can go to here and here and here. But this is probably as far as I can go, man. Because we're up here. This is a main road. I think it becomes a different area over there. But now we're gonna price these high to low. Yeah, you've got stuff like this, but obviously this is a very, very different type of property. So is this one. And then this one's a lot bigger. This one looks like yours, but dimensions wise, it's different. And then here we go. So you're 31,000. That's 31,1486. Interior did get renovated. 185 sale. Looks like square footage is really holding you back. 22,157. A little bit far away, kind of a different area. Then you have these right here, which are 32,000, but a smaller property. So these look like yours, but the beds and baths are off, and the square footage is off. This guy has 1,600 more square feet. This guy has 600 more square feet. Man, I feel like if you had that 1,000 square feet, you're probably sitting around the one. I mean, everything kind of. Look at this guy. 10, 25, less than a year ago. That's got to be a flip too. It looks nice. Let's check that out. What did they do to this property? This guy's got 1,200 square feet, fully renovated. That's a towel. Interesting. Don't know why there's a towel there. Yeah. I'd say that's a flip. Everything looks very clean in there. That's a new roof. I gotta say that's a flip. It's not a crazy flip or anything, but I gotta say they flipped that thing. So yeah, that's my concern, man. This is a very close comp to you. It's got another bathroom and more square feet, and it sold for 105 in the past year, and it's renovated. You know, this guy right here also looking pretty solid, sold in 2026 for 103. I'm gonna be real. These are your comps, man. These are your comps down here. This 102,000. And I know we got these guys up here, but you know, look at the square footage. The square footage is off. You've got this guy here though, and this is kind of an outlier. That's a bit of an outlier. That thing did get renovated. It does kind of look like yours, but if we even if we take his price per square foot, it'll show a very different story. It's 126 per square foot. That would put us at 126K ARV given your 1,000 square feet, maybe 128 because you have a little bit more than 1,000. But taking this guy's price per square foot, we're at 128K ARV. And then that's kind of supported by what we're seeing over here, even though these properties are bigger. And if we took their price per square foot, now we're in like the 90s. So this makes me kind of nervous, man. I just I think needing a new roof, it just there's not much margin for a flip. There's not much evidence for a flip. My property that I'm flipping right now, I want to say it's right here. Is this Tracy? You'll see we can look at some of the comps here, and it will kind of paint a picture for you as to why I chose to land on something like this. But I'm flipping this property, Trinity, 48219 is my zip code, 48219. And then the reason that I chose it is because of what I see here. You see all these numbers?
Yeah.
It's just high numbers. And where are we amongst the bunch? I'm on Tracy Street. Where's Tracy? Oh man, everything's so hard to find, but it's right around here. And if I look in this area, and I you know, I'm a 4-bed, 2-bath with about 1,800 square feet, and you can kind of see where that's going to take us in this area. So maybe
So threes.
yeah. So I would say my projected ARV is about 190K based on these numbers, my price per square foot. And you can kind of see with something like this, you know, 3.2, not very attractive, 188K. So I'd imagine I'm probably looking around somewhere around 190, if not more. You know, there's an argument to be made that it could sell for even more than that. So because I'm significantly larger than that property right here, and then we've got some really good ones over here as well. So yeah, that's just kind of what we're looking for in a flip, like really good spread there, you know. And there's an argument to be made on that one that the ARV could be as low as $110,000. So that makes it hard because it's not in good enough condition to be a rental property, and it's not in good enough condition, and its margins aren't wide enough to be a flip. So I'd probably have to offer significantly lower. However, that house didn't look terrible. You could probably create a finance it. So I could call him and I could say something like, look, your neighbor's house sold for 110K. It's bigger. It's renovated. You know, I got 15K cost of buying this property. Just to buy it cost me 15K on top of the price that I paid you. And I just, for that reason, I don't really have room to flip the property. And if I try to get a loan on this property, they're going to tell you to put in the mechanicals and fix the roof because they're not going to lend on a distressed property. But you know what we could do? I could give you well above your asking price on seller financing terms. And my seller finance buyers, they just don't care that much about needing mechanicals or a roof because seller finance is so rare. So I would say this is a really nice seller financing opportunity.
Okay, so I should pitch seller finance on this.
Yeah, I think so. And you need to lean into the justification. You say, hey, so your neighbor's house sold for 110. What sets you apart? Because it's bigger. It's got more square footage and it's bigger. Now what? And then you say, so if I renovate it, I'm going to be underwater because you need a new roof and mechanicals and then anything I got to put in the inside. And then it also cost me 10K to buy this. And then, well, what about, why don't you buy it as a rental property? The lender will ask us to fix things before they fund the deal. So unless you're willing to do, you know, 10 to 15K in rehab, I mean, it's not going to be a good rental property either. So what do? I can lowball the shit out of you to the point where I can flip it and make a profit. That number might be closer to like 35, 40K. Or what I could also do is I could offer you a little bit above your asking price on a set of monthly payments.
Okay. All right. And then when I do the calculation, do I not put in the 40 to 50 to rehab this property? Change the
I'm sorry, when you do your calculations, do not put in the 40 to 50 to rehab it. If you're rehabbing it for a rental, you're probably going to be able to keep the roof because it doesn't really matter if the roof is slightly older on a rental. And then they'll just put in the mechanicals. So they're going to do the bare minimum to hold it as a rental property.
So probably like something. Okay. And then the only other question I had was I'm working on a four property portfolio, but I just don't know how to like where would I start to pitch? Like how do you like it's fully paid off and they're all have tenants in place. I believe it would be like a seller finance, but I initially wanted to offer like a cash price. But do I need to get rent or like what the mortgage, like there's no mortgage.
So if there's no mortgage on a property and it's a 4-property portfolio, we have to ask ourselves if it's in good enough condition for one of the buyers to pick it up as a rental. And that just comes down to being in really, really good condition. Doesn't have to be flipped, but really good, solid condition. Then we have to ask ourselves, what would the mortgage cost at the price that they're asking versus what does the property bring in? I spoke to a seller in Atlanta yesterday. He also had a 4 or 5, it was actually a 7-property portfolio. He wanted $1.5 million. And I think that when you divided the total amount of properties you had, the average price was $200,000. And how did I feel about $200,000? Well, I didn't comp it to figure out that I didn't like it. I said, what are they occupied for? Each property is occupied at $1,300, or you could say in your scenario would rent out for 13, 14, whatever it may be. I looked at what the 200,000 he was asking would cost me on yesterday's live stream. And if you want to see me do this, this is one of our first phone calls on yesterday. It's posted on my YouTube right now in the live stream section, so you can go watch that. But if you were to offer this guy $220,000, I told him it's going to take a $44K down payment. My monthly payment is $1,170, and then when you add taxes and insurance, my monthly payment's $1,500. And this particular property is occupied on a long-term lease at $1,300. So it all came down to the difference between what my mortgage payment would be for the properties. So you take the entire price that they're asking, let's say it's $800K, and then maybe each one is rented out for $1,200, so that's bringing in $4,800. So if they want $800,000, right, you got to realize that that's going to require $160K down payment, and then and if it's occupied at $4,800, well, wait a second, I'm probably going to be paying over $5,000 with taxes and insurance on this portfolio. So how do I handle, we don't just let it go when we find out that that's the case. I talk them through it. I'm like, hey, super interested in $800K. What do you rent it out for? $4,400? Cool. What do I do about my mortgage being $5,500 on this? Is that just sort of how real estate investing works? Like I put down about $170K with closing costs, maybe a little bit more, and then I lose like $1,500 a month. Is real estate just kind of like a lose $1,500 a month game, and then eventually one day you might make money, or is it usually different than that? And I would literally play stupid as I asked that question, and then and then what are you going to say to that if you're the seller of that? You're probably going to say, oh, no, real estate doesn't always go that way. And I'm like, so are you kind of looking for a buyer that's willing to have it go that way? Because I will say the lender stops it before it gets that far. The lender wouldn't fund the deal. They'd say, hey, you can't even cover your mortgage payment with the rent. We can't fund this. And then they're going to be like, maybe I could take a price cut. And I say, excellent. Thank you. Cool. That sounds good to me. In order to drop my price from $5,500 monthly on my mortgage down to below what you're rented out for, $4,400, it's like 300, 400K below list price. Are you open to something like that? Like instead of 800, maybe we do like 400? And they'll be like, no. And then I say, so what do we do? What do we do? Everybody's going to need a cash flow. That's the name of the game in real estate. What do we do? And they're going to say, well, I guess I'll hold on to them. And I say, yeah, I'd probably hold on to them too. But if you do need to sell, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 900K. We'll smack an interest rate onto the 800K, and over a 6-year period of time, that 800 will turn into 900. And then if they say, well, I don't want to do that, I'm not willing to seller finance, I won't take 10% down. You say, you know what? I've always hated seller finance. A man named Seller Finance broke into my house and killed my entire family when I was a boy. So I've really hated the idea of seller finance ever since I was a kid. I'd love to buy this for your 800K, but how? How do I do it? I know. Maybe you have a lender who chews on a toothpick and flips a nickel with his thumb, and he can qualify us for a predatory loan. What do you think? Because remember, lender can't give us a loan if we're losing money on the deal. So how do we spin this to make that work? You literally just cross out every single option. And then they might say, well, maybe somebody will buy this thing in cash. You can show them the cash on cash return. If somebody pays $800,000 in exchange for $3,000 a month after taxes and insurance on that portfolio, you can say, well, that makes about 4.5–5% of your money back per year. Why not just put it in the stock market at that point? And you just kind of make them sell it to you. And once you go through every single avenue, it's like, well, what else are we going to do? We have to do seller finance. It's not a matter of, I don't want to do seller financing. It's not a matter of that. It is entirely a matter of, what the hell else do I do? What am I going to do? And that's how I always pose my negotiations. And I used to do it as, hey, would you like to do seller finance? We can give you a really nice price, really nice down payment. And it'll be a great idea for you because of this and this and this. And I would like it because of they don't care. It's more so, I understand your ask and I'm willing to do it. We just need to find somebody who's willing to commit fraud for us. And and then they're like, oh, well, well, and then you can, you can control the situation extremely well from there. And I would say if you're as passive aggressive and facetious as I am, it won't go well for you. So ease into it a little bit nicer. Because that's not, I try not to speak to sellers like that, but sometimes I project that persona on social media. But that's how I handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, that answers. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna tell my editor I'm gonna clip that explanation because I think that's a great way to handle it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Richard.
Absolutely. Somebody asked me how to handle negotiation on a portfolio, and I gave my answer. Clip just now starts at maybe 4:20 p.m. Okay. Okay. Yeah, damn, nobody's picking up the phone today, man. Hard stuff. Okay. So let's do next question here. Jesmar has been very patient. What's going on, man?
Richard, how are you?
Man, I worked so hard on a video and it's so valuable and it has 5K views. And I'm like, what the hell? But other than that, I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good, I'm good, man. That's some direct to seller deals. I don't know what to really do with them, so let me come to you.
Okay.
I sent them in your DM.
Cool.
Well, actually, one is on market, but the other one's direct to seller.
Okay, you want to keep them private?
I guess, yeah, no problem. But the one on private, he told me he'll take 45. I think that's like 35K off list. He just came back to me like today. I wasn't even really by my phone, and then he said I'll take it 45K as is.
Great. Checking. Sorry about the dings, guys. I can put myself. My phone's on silent, guys. My phone's on silent right now. It shouldn't ding. I don't know what to do about that, man. I'd have to put myself on do not disturb, but I need to get these texts. Okay, single family. Interior maybe needing a little bit of rehab, not the worst, but a little bit. Okay. 204 days on market makes me think it doesn't really have any comps. I'm kind of leaning creative on this thing, man. I feel like somebody would be okay with it.
I think it's the guy's listing. Like he owns it and he listed it.
It looks like it needs some work, but he only has 4, maybe like 6 photos posted total, so I can't really see too much here. But the days on market kind of let me know that flippers haven't loved it for ARV. The price is too low to get rental financing, so I'm thinking it's got to go creative. So you say, hey, I'd love to get a loan on this and turn it into a rental. Honestly, I'd handle it like this. I'd love to get a loan on this and turn it into a rental. You guys know any lenders that fund loans below 60K? And he'll be like, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Here's one. And then I'm going to call him the next day. Their minimum's 100K, man. You know any other lenders who'll do it? And then he'll be like, and then I'll come in and I'll say, well, lenders don't fund below 60K almost ever. Super, super rare that they would do that. I'd love to flip it, but your neighbor's house sold for 100K in fully renovated condition. I don't have room to flip this thing. What do? I can lowball you and we could do a cash deal. I could hit you with 30K cash offer. And yeah, somebody probably pick this up in cash if you get it for 30K because it doesn't look like that bad of a house. Or I give you 75K over 6 years with a down payment and monthly payments. And I just kind of position it to fit my narrative where what the hell else are we going to do?
No, that makes sense, yeah, because it didn't look too great. And I was like, maybe a bear, but that didn't seem too good for a bear either. So,
and then the rent in that area is low. So, you just
the rent is low, yeah.
If you refinance like 80K, you just don't really have much profit. So the next one you sent me in San Antonio.
Yeah, they want 170.
Crazy how you can get good houses like this for 170.
Essentially, the Dropbox.
That might be a shit. That might be a deal at 170, man. Sometimes these rent out for like 20. Maybe this is a deal at 170 because it's.
Well, let me send you the lockbox or the Dropbox pictures. I think it's in. I see the pictures you're talking about. I think they're in a little bit worse condition. Hold on,
dude. The rent is $2,200 and you could get it for 170 and they want 170. So maybe you could get it for 150. Somebody might pick this thing up as a conventional rental property at 150,000 because the rent is $2,200. You actually might have a really solid cash on cash return buying an asset like this. And it's like a house rather than these things we see in Detroit that are like, interesting. This is like an actual house. It looks to be in good enough condition to be a rental property. I might just talk them down as low as you.
I sent you the Dropbox pictures. Let me know what you think about those.
There's a ton of photos on Zillow. Are those not accurate?
Nah, I think the Dropbox pictures show it better. I think they're not in. It's not that condition.
Worse or better? Let's see.
It's not that much worse, but there's like pictures of the carpet that's cut up, and you see the board under it.
Free and clear or mortgage?
I think it's free and clear.
Oh, yeah, it is a little distressed, isn't it?
Yeah.
This could be a nice whole tail. Throw it back on the market, clean it up a little bit. I'm honestly thinking cash could still be a viable strategy because of the rent on this property. And then also the condition's not terrible. Let's prop stream it let's find out here.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I just didn't really know what to do with it. I don't really work in Texas, so.
I think they do have a pre-foreclosure. Oh, they're in pre-foreclosure and they have
no. So the lady told me that she bought it out of pre-foreclosure. Like she has a trustee receipt.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Dude, I'm gonna be real. The estimated value is 277. I bet you could put this on the market for 250 with some cleanup. I think you offer them 150. I feel like a buyer would want to flip this with a super minor rehab, throw it right back on the market. This looks like a solid flip, dude. I think this is a super solid flip. PropStream's estimate is 277. Hell, even if it's only 230 and you get it for 150, great, dude. Yeah, I honestly think this is heat.
Liking it.
I think this is heat. I'm seeing hella comps for 270, 286, 239, 272, 117 for a shitty one, 182. Dude, yes. I honestly really believe in this. I believe in it a lot. You might even want to take it on yourself. Imagine you get this for 150. You put in 10 to 15 to make it clean again after a brief little inspection that you do with a random contractor, and then you throw it back with a realtor. With a realtor, new photos, clean inside, new paint, fix the carpet. Don't even renovate it, just fix it. And then list that thing for like 225. You might be able to make like 40K in like a month and a half on something like this, dude. This is a fire deal. I like this.
I bet.
Fire.
Cool. That direct to seller stuff, man. I'm really liking it, man. I get the motivation sometimes. I mean, sometimes, they tell you to, fuck off or whatever, but most of the times you get some good conversations.
Dude, this is it. I like that deal a lot. I honestly think, if there's something to close on. Oh no, Lexi's calling me. What disaster is there? Oh my gosh. Oh no, what disaster? What's going on?
Oh my gosh, there's not a disaster. Why do some people answer and think that I'm calling with bad news?
Because you almost always call me, it's like, Richard, there's a problem. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on?
No, I'm literally just calling to see if Goodyear Shell told me that the seller wanted a 5-year balloon, but Jason's saying that you said 10 years. So
I
was
did
just seeing
say
if you
I
negotiated
did
that.
say 10 years, and we talked. So the seller's low equity as hell. They're a student of Hold My Hand Wholesale, so they should know better than this. And they're like, I want a 5-year balloon. And I'm like, dude, I can't pull out 75% of a property's value in 5 years when you're low equity. It's not possible. It's not going to appreciate
Yes.
enough. And I told Shell to relay that. Maybe I can hop on the phone with the student, but it's not even a matter of can we. We can't. It's not even like if I'd want to. It's just there's no way. So we just need to. I would hop on the phone with the seller super easily and say, hey, if we're not living in the property and it's not our primary residence, a refinance only goes up to 75% of what it's appraised for, and you're currently underwater. So we're not going to be able to build that equity in 5 years. It's not a matter of want. We have no way to do that.
Yeah, I got you. So next steps is the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's kind of sitting in limbo, and we really need to get the ball rolling so that we can close. So what I'm gonna do is we need an addendum signed for that. I'm gonna tell Shell if she needs you that we're gonna handle that tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy to talk to the seller. It's the most basic explanation in the world. They'd have
I
to.
can call the seller too. Actually.
Yeah,
Like, it's really
they'd have to tell you that 1 + 1 is 3. Like San Antonio, or I'm sorry, where is this again? Phoenix?
It's in Arizona, I think. I don't know. I don't
Good
have I
Goodyear.
don't have it in front of me.
It's in Goodyear. Well, that area it's not like it's going to go up by 25% in 5 years. There's just no way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell them that. I'll let you know what they say. I just haven't talked to the seller yet, so I figured you'd be a good point of contact. But if they're a student, then we should be fine.
They're a student and they approached us and they asked for us, and then they're like, last minute, guess what, balloon? And I'm like, you know what?
I think they talked to an attorney.
Yeah, the attorney who's never done anything like this ever before. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're so frustrating. If you're an attorney, you're not going to say, you know what, I haven't experienced this before. You should talk to somebody who has. You're going to be like, oh, I know, I could do it. And then they just give the stupidest advice in the world. But you know what's crazy? I actually yielded to the 10-year balloon, and so did the buyer. They're saying 5 years, and dude, they said, but I'll do 10 years if you give me $4,500. And I'm like, what? What? You asked for this deal. We gave it to you.
Had this conversation already with them?
I talked to Shell today, and Shell said that the student would do 10 years if we give them $4,500 extra. And I'm like, so you're slow. So your brain just doesn't work very well, huh? Because they're willing to do the 10 years, but now they're saying they need a higher down payment while we're in escrow. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But I'm so used to sellers by this point. So
Yeah. Okay. So that's good enough. All right, we'll take it from here. I'll let you know if I need you. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Lexi. I'm happy to talk to him. It would be a super basic negotiation.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you know.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Ridiculous. Seller approaches me, wants to get a deal done. We gave him the deal. He comes back while we're in escrow. You know what? Do what I want or I'll lien your house. Sorry. Forgot to tell her that. Yeah. Also, if he doesn't yield, we could literally just put a lien on the house because he asked us to do this and we're under contract. Is that legal? Absolutely. It's called breach of contract. It's called breach of contract. And specifically, it's called specific performance. It's called specific performance. I will throw a lien on your house for specific performance. It is absolutely legal. When you make an adult decision and sign a contract agreeing to do something, you don't just get to go, oh, well, I think I'm going to do something else now. No. It's not free. He's advertising for his scam course. What I'd like you to do right now is I'd like you to look up this address and call the realtor. You can go ahead and screenshot it. This is the address. This is Joanne Street. Ask them if this house closes this week. See how it's pending right here? Scroll down. Call the realtor. See this? There's their info. Why don't you call them? Is it a scam, or are you extremely insecure and seeing other people win frustrates you? You'll have to let me know about that because I just gave you an address. I just addressed your concern. Is your perspective kind of like this? You hacked Zillow and you bribed the agent to show a seller's house as pending. And when I call the agent, you've hacked Zillow and put a fake phone number there. And now the agent's going to say that it's actually pending when it's not. You have to let me know if I went through that elaborate of a scam. You're just going to have to let me know. Or is it the latter immense insecurity and commenting to try to avoid the feelings that exist in your mind? TikTok, let me know which one you think is more likely. A, I've hacked Zillow. B, we've kind of already went over it. Sorry. I love dunking on people like you. It warms my heart at the end of the day. Jesmark, fire deals, man. We'll talk. V or WV Rob, what's going on?
Hey, Richard, what's up?
Hey, man. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well. How can I help?
I have a flip in Atlanta that I've been working on. We're in the negotiation process. It is on market. I sent it to you in your DMs.
Beautiful property. Atlanta is one of the hottest markets for flipping. So really, really great area to be in if you're looking for fix and flips. Interior of the house definitely needing a bit of a rehab, but not the most overwhelming thing I've seen, which makes it more appealing to most flippers. And I love the structure. The structure is pretty. It's a cute bungalow. It's built in 1930. Houses were just super cute back then. So great. What's ARV looking like?
ARV, there is one outlier, which I was wanting you to check also, but I'm showing 415 to 430. The outlier sold for 495 in March. It's the same size property, same style. It's on a double lot and it's on a corner lot. So
nice analysis. Those are good factors to consider there. Good analysis. Zillow per usual, hiding the houses. Are you under contract on this?
Not yet.
Well, damn, Zillow is making it so hard to find. Reset filters. Zillow, come on, just do me a favor. Hold on, bear with me. We've got to line up the map again because Zillow doesn't want to show where a damn house is. Okay, there is Atlanta, and there's that shape that we're looking at now. Apply. See if that's the same shape. Yes, I do believe it is. And then where is it in that shape? It's right next to the park, top left of the park. Here's the park. Okay, found it. Yep. Oh, dude, no doubt high ARV. Everything around it is listed for way more. No doubt. Great. Great. What could you get this for?
I offered 200. They have a mortgage of 210, which I didn't know, and then I bumped to 220 because they only came down $4,000. And so I asked her, I was like, what's their stipulation? And I get the feedback like that. There's a leftover mortgage for around 210K, and they don't want to bring money to close it.
Super fire.
So
super fire. I think your ARV is definitely there. I'm looking at a 2.2 that sold for 400K, and that's in March. It's a 2.2. You're bigger. I'm looking at a 3.3 for 538, also a historic bungalow. I'm looking at a 3.3 for 580. Bro, this is fire. It looks like $100,000 profit flip. This is so fire. Absolute green light. Go for that. 220 all day long, if not more. Super fire. Love that.
Okay. What do you think the rehab would be? I was calculating like 65 roughly, but I'm not sure. I mean, the property's a little unique. It has no places in it. So there's like in every room, I guess, historically
well
charming.
Well, I would say that when you're in a market like Atlanta, the renovations are like Los Angeles. They're like super, super nice rehabs. Like, look at this. Does this look like any house we've ever? This is one of your comps, by the way, for 580. I can't believe the spread between that, but that's one of your comps right there for 580. Look at the level of rehab. Look at the landscaping. So the landscaping alone, we could drop 30K on. But the thing is, you've got a spread for this. So what would I say for rehab? Probably close to $100,000. Let's check though. Roof, siding. You're doing roof. You're doing siding. You're doing landscaping. It's so hard to say because I'm not flipping in this market, but I have renovated in this market. And I'm going to honestly say, like, I'm going to say you could put 100 into this. And I know it doesn't look like that, like it doesn't need 100, but remember the scale of rehab, your countertop alone is going to cost like $4,000 because it's like really nice stuff. So here's another example, dude. This is one of your neighbor's houses. I'm just going to drop this in here. Everything is super unique and super custom in markets like this. So this is great. It's a nice low price point flip with seemingly 100K in profit, maybe even more than 100,000, could be $150,000 in profit. But the scale of rehab probably getting closer to 100,000. However, your offer's discounted, your property's good, it's in a great location, amazing comps. This is the type of shit that if you cold called on Buy Box Cartel, you'd make $20,000 on. Super fire find, great find, dude.
Awesome. What's the next that I could try to? I mean, I want to try to get it for 220. I know they don't want to bring anything to closing, but
you could go up a little. I'm just
like,
gonna say,
how much farther could I go?
maybe 230. And honestly, justification to pay 250. My only concern is the buyer's perception of difference between list price and assignment at that point. But honestly, it's great. I don't even know why it's still on the market. I don't know why this is available. I would say 230 max.
Okay. Awesome.
Super fire. Super fire. Great find, dude. Genuinely really good find. All right, we'll talk. I love seeing a great deal. Guys, quick bathroom break. God, everybody's so mean on TikTok. Brother, don't trust the kid. Right, don't trust me. Trust the address I just gave you, bro. Holy shit. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. We're back. Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing well today. How can I help you?
I appreciate you staying on so late, man. I locked up my first contract and
Yes.
I DM'd it to you.
Yes.
And I'm hoping you're going to give me good news.
I will try my best. Okay. It is a duplex.
Yep.
We're going to check
South
it
Martinsville.
out. 4204. Damn, why didn't that copy and paste? Come on, computer, copy. What? Oh, gosh, technology. Off market?
What's that?
Is it off market?
No, it's the South Martindale one.
Oh, I found it. There's two Zillow links. One shows off market, one shows on market. Okay.
Weird.
What
So yeah, listed at 137, got it at 112.
Okay. Any
Got
known
one-
Any known issues?
No. And she's eager for somebody to come walk this thing.
I think I have somebody to walk
And
it.
so, yeah, sweet. So
Yeah.
by my calculations, the cash on cash is good. It's over 20%. There is a current tenant at 950 on one side, the other side is vacant, and the 950 is low. They are only there for another month. When I plugged it into rent, what was it? Rentcast. It's showing market around more like 1,100. So I'm even thinking worst case 1,000
For
per
sure.
side.
Yeah, yeah. Usually these will go for like 1,100 to 1,200 per side.
Sick.
Yeah, yeah. So we're the roof is newer looking. The siding doesn't
Yes,
look
the
bad.
roof is new.
Yeah, the roof looks, that's a big part of this. I think what'll most likely happen, the buyer will walk and then ask for like a 4% seller concession. I think that's your most likely scenario. But I'm going to check your spot crime really quickly because it's 48204, which is a little bit of an interesting zip code. I'm going to check the
Yeah,
spot
I think
crime.
hers is okay.
No crime. This is good, man. This is your first deal?
Yes.
I like it. Unsure about condition because I don't have a ton of photos of the inside,
Yeah.
but doesn't look to be too bad. The deck on the back is solid deck on the back, definitely a duplex. Mechanicals look to be in working order. Couldn't speak to their age, but not tremendously old. Some bags on the windows. Do you know what the bags on the windows are about?
No, not specifically, but I figured that would get settled in a walkthrough.
Yeah, probably so. So I'm guessing we'll have some concessions, which is just some money that the seller will kick back to the buyer at close. But you've got the discount, you've got the condition, you've got the cash on cash return. I could have them walk this under contract now.
Yep. Yeah, it's in your DMs.
This is
I don't know if it matters, but there's a operated laundry in the basement that she put a seller. I guess the seller wants to take it. So I put all the docs that are executed in your DMs. So it's the contract and then like a seller concession. There's like 3 total docs in there.
I'm gonna sell it for 10,000.
Sick.
So is that lease a month to month at the 900?
Effectively, because it's up in September.
Oh, good. $900 per month lease in 1 unit. Other should go for 1,200 and 900 lease ends in September. So that's nice. During the closing. Oh, hey. I'm almost done here. Yeah. Yeah. I like your deal. It's a good first effort. It's a good first effort. It's worth your while. It's worth your time. And I definitely have somebody who can walk this property for you. It's a buyer.
Sweet.
So yeah, I like it. I think it passes. The discount's good. The property looks good. We will find out about condition. The tenant's not that big of an issue, especially if that lease ends. Let's position your seller to say, hey, I'd love to keep the tenant. Could we do an increase to 1,100 though? Because that's probably where I'd need them to be. So, or maybe even 1,150. So say 1,100 to 1,150. You can keep that same tenant in place. We'll maintain them. We'll be really good to them.
I'm gonna have a conversation with her, like you said, like with you set up a boots to walk this thing. Hopefully, we're shooting for Friday. If that's cool. She might even be open tomorrow afternoon. I don't know if you can do it that quick, but you tell me. I don't even know how you set that up, quite honestly.
I got you. Hey, Chris, come back. Chris is got to be here for this comment, but yes, let me gosh, these people are so busy on the phone. Sage, look at this.
So,
come here. You're apparently my dad. His dad walked in.
Am I?
So Chris has a rare genetic condition. At 3 years old, he hit puberty.
Right.
And at 4 years old, he was pulling girls left and right at 4 years old. And what you need to understand is that Chris got somebody pregnant at 4, had me at 5. And God, Dad, thanks so much.
Love you, son.
Thank you.
Hey, you gotta finish up here. Mom's making dinner.
I'll finish.
Okay.
I'll finish up.
Yeah.
Get out of my room. Get out of my room.
Okay.
Get out of my room.
All right.
God,
Son.
just never leaves me alone. Sorry. Let me call the
Make
buyer.
money, Mom.
God, get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. Don't you look silly, bro? Come on, stop hating and lock in. Learn something here. Oh, wait, now is that your boyfriend? Oh, yeah. Look at his engagement ring. He and I are engaged, but I don't wear my ring. That's right. Please pick up buyer. I'll call the other one, but this guy's probably just on the phone. He only picks up when he doesn't pick up when he's on the phone. Oh, I know he's on the phone. I might bring you up tomorrow to get this sold because it's kind of late. But
Cool.
let me call this other one. I don't pay monthly for a title company. I pay per transaction. Jesus Christ. I haven't been able to get anybody on the phone today. This is so crazy. Oh, he says 1 sec. This is terrible. Everybody's on call today. I will get this done for you, dude. I will, and I'm going to send it to them via messages right now. But I ideally
Okay. Also, for what it's worth, I connected with Elmira today. She's already got this phone, and I was like, "Hey, man, if on the off chance that I get up on stage with Richard, is that going to be an issue?" She's like, "No, that's fine."
good.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
And if it does end up being tomorrow, I've actually got while you were live streaming, I also DM'd you about it. I sent a screenshot of my text and a screenshot of the deal structure. Might have another creative duplex.
Dude, fire. How long have you been here?
Seth?
How long have you been here?
2 months, I think.
Well, you're locking up exactly what
I had
we're
a one-on-one with you.
Oh, good. That helps. Dude, so you're locking up exactly what we're looking for. This is really good.
I didn't know if you were over Detroit. You're talking about these flips, you're going to different markets. I was like, shit, did I miss the boat?
No. It's still my favorite market. The only thing I hate about it is taxes. They're crazy high right now, but it's still my favorite market. I love it. I'm buying in Detroit. My buyers are buying in Detroit. It's great. I'm gonna put this in Slack for the team, the buyers to check out. And I'll say I think seller will likely allow concession if we walk the deal. So yeah, let's bring you up tomorrow to solidify this. It's with them now, but I'd like to solidify it tomorrow, like 100%. This is going to happen. So
well, that's good because that gives me more time to delay with Rochelle, the listing agent, and just say, hey, we're can I tell her we're definitely good for a Friday walkthrough?
I wouldn't because I can't predict these guys' schedule, but we were definitely good for a walkthrough. They don't do too much on the weekend, but this is definitely going to get walked. I'm gonna try to make it happen Friday. But I'm gonna schedule you to be brought up tomorrow because this is really, really good. So you're Tommy, okay? Tommy.
And I've actually got another one I'm waiting on contracts back from the seller.
You have this at 112, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Really good. Schedule walk through. And then this one is you are walking. Really good.
Nice.
Really good. I like this. Let's have you come up tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. Remind me to bring up Tommy DH1279. Yeah. Hey, I get a good feeling about this, man. I get a really good feeling about it. There will probably be a concession needed for the issues we find, but I get a really good feeling. The roof and windows look good, and that's some of the biggest stuff. Mechanicals look fine. That's also a big thing. So this feels good to me. It feels good. I think you might be in the money for potentially a 10K deal.
Okay. Well, and even that, we got moved a room, or room to move, I guess. Even if it ends up being 6, if we take some of it out of the assignment and some concession, split it. Anyway, there's stuff we can do.
Here's somebody. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God! Wait, Quaid's calling me. I gotta talk to Quaid first. We have so many deals that are going on. Let me call you back in just a sec.
Jeez, yeah, talk to Quaid.
I'm sorry. Hey, thanks so much. I bet you're very, very busy.
No, all good. Yeah, just bouncing from one call to the next. Just want to make sure I give you a call back.
Yeah. So 2 things. We sent you one yesterday. They're able to do a 3 p.m. walkthrough, but the agent needs the contact information for Muhammad and if that's the right person, and then to see if he's actually available tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Gotcha. Let me see the blink the eyes on this real quick.
That's Harding.
5149.
I'm also calling you about 5149, but that's Harding. Harding is another one. sent that before under contract. Clock is ticking on that one more than it is on 5149. So I would see if your guy could be available tomorrow at 3 p.m. to walk.
Okay. Awesome. Let me double check on that.
Okay. And then just got shown this. Martindale. Same situation in Detroit. Looks clean. Looks like a clean duplex. I think it probably needs like 5 to 10K. And I'm guessing that the seller will be able to give us that concession because they're very interested in having somebody walk. So I think Martindale is going to come back pretty decent. Same with Harding.
Okay, perfect.
And then yeah, that's it. I don't want to overwhelm you. That's it.
Okay. No, perfect. Awesome. That's great. I appreciate you updating that. I am getting these Harding's already been sent off. I'm actually following up on a client that is interested in it right now. And let me see if I can get the availability pulled for tomorrow at 3.
Okay, huge. We'll talk more about it tomorrow.
Okay.
And then just text me so I can text the student. If about Harding, if tomorrow at 3, I know that's a little bit of short notice, but agent is able to do that tomorrow.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Great. Thank you so much, Quaid. Talk soon.
Thank you. You're welcome. See you.
Bye. Okay. Cool. We'll have an update for you tomorrow about that, but that's a good one. And then Cruz, you are the student with Harding, correct? Okay. Cruz, I've got your info. I've got your phone number. I'll let you know. Cruz. We'll talk. If you text me, I'll let you know immediately. I'll shoot you a text even outside of stream. And then we just talked to Tommy. Tommy's all good. We'll bring you up tomorrow and have more conversations about this. And then we have Vlad, and then I need to call Joseph back. This is the acquisitions call that we are waiting to do. Sorry about that. I'm processing new deals through Quaid because I know you just have to go to Quaid and then it's a chain of conversation. So I'm telling him about the new deals, but I wanted to call you about Chinwei and that deal, largely for content. You already sent me everything, but
I know. Listen, I just spent an hour and 40 minutes on the back end fulfillment team for deals that we're doing, so I just could not.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know how busy you guys are. Okay, all right. Well, there's not much more to
We can do a content call tomorrow. I mean, if you want, we can go back tomorrow. I have no problem with it. I just know. So just kind of like FYI. So like I said, the client, she wants to do more fix and flips with us. So she's like, listen, let's just liquidate this deal. Let me get our money back from it. Sell it to somebody else, and then let's just go do fix and flips. Is kind of like her game plan. So. Okay.
And we were talking about getting her the 75 back that she spent on the property, which is 75 divided by 2 down on each property, right? 37.5.
I want to say that was the last one that I sent to her. Let me just confirm with you real quick.
Because I'm about to call a buyer on this.
Yeah, I know. Let me confirm with you real quick.
And
we'll make this happen. What is she at? Bro, I've literally been on.
I am on stream. I don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't say that. I'm sorry. Jesus. You gotta tell me so I'm not dropping.
No, I know.
Get to 80K max. All right, I think the last offer we made it to her was 80K.
Wait, no, we yielded and said we'd get her everything back. We yielded and said.
Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna verify because I see an 80K the max offer to her to play because it's like that I sent. But let me just verify with you. I got you.
Tyler, no, you don't need it. It's recommended, but you don't need it, Tyler.
That's not it. 59.
I'm pitching it I'm gonna pitch it. We talked about initially going under the 75K, and you're like, no, she needs the money back. And I'm like, all right, fine, and we yielded the 75K.
Yeah, I got a bar that will pull the trigger at 75K down for both of the properties. Okay, so you did send that on July 25th. And what did I send?
And now I'll go high. Now I'll get the buyer to pay higher than that.
All right. Okay, she just sent me notes. Somebody wants to buy more property. Bro, we got so many new clients coming on board. It's been absolutely insane.
Well, we got 7,000 people who want to find them deals, man.
Yeah, well, you get your boy Yusuf paid. He's got a lot of properties getting locked up, so you guys are making money from him, which is great.
Yeah, Yusuf is great, dude. And we also have this new guy, Tommy, who just showed me something awesome. And then we also got this guy, Cruz, who just showed me something awesome. Both are in Slack. Both are under contract.
Good. Yeah, listen, your team people is, bro, we got a great relationship here. Everything is working out really, really good. So
Yes, yes, many less hookups.
I'll confirm with her. I think 75K is what we talked about. For some reason, I do see 80K that I put here, but I'm gonna push it for 75, just getting her money back. The only concerns is I don't know if she'll put up any bitching about the.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I know how she is. I remember talking vividly.
Yeah. So let me put that in front of her. Let me just confirm. Right. Let me do this. Let me call her right now, and I'll call you right back. How about that?
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna be on the phone with the buyer in just a sec.
All right. Cool. Well, I'll text you if you don't answer.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Bye. All right. Okay. So time to dispo that deal. Yusuf has been asking about it. Yusuf, I said I'd give you $2,000. I'm gonna stand by my word. That's now 37K in closing for Yusuf. So now we're gonna call the buyer that we called. This is how it goes, guys. This is how it goes. You know, you speak to a seller, and the seller's like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Then they come back, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, and it's like, all right, we can get a deal done. Damn, I'm on late right now. Both. Kyle, both. 8% interest rate. He's doing a wrap. Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Remember that banger deal I told you with taxes prepaid for the year, occupied 5,100 rent, and PITI is like 2,000?
Detroit.
Yes. Yeah, but no, suburb of Detroit, Mount Clemens. It's about 30, 45 minutes above in the suburbs. So it's nicer. I think property value is like 330 or maybe like 275, 300. But yeah, that's finally available, and they finally agreed, and we're gonna get this thing under contract. But yeah, we're looking at occupied at 5,100 right now for 4 units. We have a 0% interest set of seller financing payments with $2,000 per month. And then the seller prepaid taxes for the entire year. Now, taxes are a pain. They're like $1,100 a month for taxes and insurance because this is a nice area. But prepaid for the year, normal PITI, when you haven't prepaid them, will be $3,100. But because it's prepaid, PITI is actually just $2,000, and you're immediately collecting $5,100. And entry is $85 plus closing costs for the 4 units. This got and I can personally confirm condition because I wholesaled this to the seller about 3 months ago, and they did an inspection, and it passed with flying colors, really amazing condition. Why are they selling the property? They don't understand the value of 0% interest, and they're like, well, now I want to flip properties. And oh, I guess I lost you. Where did I cut off?
My service is terrible here.
But yeah, we wholesaled this to the seller recently, and she just wants to put her money into other investments. But the house is in really nice condition, occupied, cash flowing, 0% interest, 85 plus closing costs for 4 units.
This definitely sounds more interesting than the
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It's no worries. We have a ton of other buyers for that, so no worries if that's not a fit for you. But yeah, we're this is good to go.
And it's under contract now, or you're waiting on
I just got off the phone with the seller. They said, "Yep, we're ready to get this thing done." So I'm going to draft a contract right now, but I'm going to send you all the information. It's 28-32 Farron. So here's one of them. And
is this the one that you posted like a reel in the last 2 weeks, where like the agent was giving you a hard time?
No agent. No agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is direct to seller. And it's interesting. You're sub-2ing an existing seller finance note with like a 7-year balloon on it or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this one. I think I'm gonna take this one. I have one of your deals. I submitted EMD for it, but it's not gonna close until November because the seller did a loan modification.
God, those take so long.
Yeah, so we gotta wait. And everything I have under contract right now is like a $0 down deal. So
beautiful. Beautiful. Well, these are really solid ones. Definitely inspect and then do all your due diligence that you can. But I sold these 3 months ago to a buyer that is nitpicky as hell about condition, and it passed with flying colors. Said it was one of the inspector said it was one of the best ones he'd seen. So hopefully it hasn't been cooked in that 3-month period of time. But both of those are in your DMs now or in your inbox now and text. I'm gonna say $2,000 0% P and I, and then $1,100 normal T and I, but prepaid for the entire year, occupied at 5,100. Now, the other thing about this is the previous seller of this property had been renting out the garage, and they can get another $500 per month long term in the garage. And I didn't know that that was a thing over here, but they had a lease to prove it. So you can also probably increase the rent on both garages to $6,100 per month, which makes it insane.
They're at least just for storage, or
no. Apparently, there's a big golf tournament here, and people like to seasonally stay in the garage for 3 to 4 month stays. And I was like, really? And then they sent me the lease, and I was like, oh shit, okay, for $500 a month. So I think the garage might be outfitted for that already, but I haven't seen it, so you'll have to find out.
okay, that's interesting.
I know. It's a great deal without that, but that's a little piece of value add right there.
Yeah, a little bonus. All right, let me look at this. I'm gonna run it by my partner, but I know we're looking to spend, so
Yeah,
make something happen.
get back to me on this quick, and I'm gonna lock this up right now.
Cool.
All right, talk soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right. Now we call the seller back. Finally, we get to do a deal on stream. Coming up on 3 hours live right now.
Yeah.
Buyer wants it. I'm gonna send you a contract. I hope she'll sign. She'll sign?
I hope she'll sign. I don't know yet. I haven't even gotten back from her yet. She usually answers, but I'm gonna try to get back in here in 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draft an agreement. It's the same one we used to lock this thing up. I'm literally just gonna change the seller name.
Okay, don't say anything out yet. Let me talk to her first, and then have it sent over to her.
You don't want me to send you the contract yet?
No point in sending to her. Let's wait till I talk to her, and then when she's like, "Hey, we'll do it." I'll send it over to her.
I made it seem a little bit more definitive than that to the buyer. What do you think is gonna happen?
No, she wants to sell. Let me be very clear. You're gonna make it definitive. She literally called me. She goes, "I'm ready to sell."
Okay.
It took so long. She's like, "I'm ready to sell." So I literally have. I'll read you the last text. 1 second. She goes. What would she say here? Where the hell's the text at? I'm ready to sell. Sorry, it's been taking me so long. I'm ready to do fix and flips instead.
Cool. Okay. And I also just looked at a fix and flip in Detroit that is a multifamily that might be for you too.
Can you get me some damn fix and flips, Richard? That's the only thing you've been dropping the ball on for us.
Well,
some really great fix and flips.
we don't have our path figured out yet for fix and flips. Not what I mean is I don't know what your standard operating procedure is, so I think people are more hesitant. But yes, we're moving a lot of fix and flips right now to other buyers. I'm buying fix and flips left and right. I'm walking one tomorrow. So yeah, these guys are listening to you. You have like 400 live listeners. I know they want to find you flips.
So let me make it clear for your listeners. We want fix and flips on duplexes mostly because they're easier to sell to investors with the cash flow. And ideally, a fix and flip where we're making between 20 to 30% net profit of the ARV. So that's kind of the range of it. So whatever the ARV is, our profit margin, we like to be between 20 to 30% of that ARV.
Well,
after all fees.
So I have an absolute banger in San Antonio. Where do you want them?
That's a hard one because our basic controls, our controls of the contractors are both in Ohio and Detroit. That's where our controlling factors are.
I just looked at a banger in Atlanta and a banger in San Antonio, but you want flips in Detroit and Cleveland.
Detroit and Ohio, and if you have something in Atlanta, I can look at Atlanta. But the quickest yeses for us are going to be in Ohio and Detroit. However, like I said, if you have something in those areas, I for sure can get some other feelers out there, but that would just be the kind of the
okay. So everybody who's listening is all going to submit to my submission portal, and then that is going to be submitted to you. So the team is going to have a lot of them, but I will try to individually call you about some as well.
That'd be great. Yeah, Ohio and Detroit's the main area, main operating areas. So those work great for us.
I understand. Okay, This is great. Well, I'll keep an eye out, and do let me know about that seller. And my buyer's words were, I'm probably gonna take this. I'm closing on multiple others right now, and we're quote unquote looking to spend. So they're ready to go.
This is great. Awesome. Well, we'll make it happen. I'll text you back as soon as I get confirmation. But yeah, my seller is obviously very interested in getting out of the deal. So we can run it from there.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Great. Finally got something done. Okay. 28-32 Farron. 28-28. Now I got so many deals. I'm overwhelmed. Holy shit. Yusuf is going to love that. I'm going to text Yusuf. I'll text him and say Mount Clemens moving forward. Yes. Mount Clemens moving forward now. Okay. Oh my God. We'll turn that yellow in my CRM, which indicates cost us ready to buy at 85K entry plus CC. That's $10,000 assignment. Joseph said seller will sign. Oh shit, there's so many deals. I have so many deals, bro. I started this tab. I started this document like, I don't know, 6 months ago, and I have 301 deals in here. And most of them fell through, but a lot of them have closed. Okay. Oh, we got more questions, don't we? Vlad, what's going on, man?
Hey, Rich, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How do you feel about dormitories?
Elaborate. What do you mean dormitories?
It's like student housing.
I mean, if it's the whole building, great.
Okay. I locked it. I'm about to lock it up. I just sent you all the information in your DMs. But as soon as I locked it up, I said I went to go to PropStream to go see if there was any comps, what's the ARV. I didn't see anything because obviously there's nothing in that area. And then I looked at the spot crime and I just got turned off.
Is it creative?
It's creative.
I don't care about spot crime if it's creative.
Okay, so I sent you everything in the DM.
Yeah, I don't care about that if it's creative. So mortgage or no mortgage?
No mortgage.
775, 77 down. Oh yeah. PIT. What? Netting 18K a month?
Yep.
Impossible. What? How? $18,000 a month from this tiny little building? I mean, it's not tiny.
It's not tiny. It's 30 rooms.
Holy shit! It looks like a house, but I see that it's 7,000 square feet. God damn.
It's 30 rooms.
This is just the buyer who I just called would want this thing. Oh man, let me reset tonight and call more tomorrow. Because holy shit, I've never seen anything like this. Guys, his PITI is 1,900 and it's bringing in 18 grand a month. What? So, dude, this is 100
on the 4% because I said, you know what? I seen the cash on cash return was ridiculous. So I said, okay, let me.
This is
might as well yield on.
Bro, this is 100% cash on cash return.
It is.
Holy shit! I've never seen anything like this. I've literally never seen anything like this before. That's okay. Maybe we will call it right now. Holy shit! Maybe we will. Wait. This isn't under contract yet. You're not signed yet, right?
No, yeah. She told me to send everything right. I got off the phone with the seller and the agent. She told me this. The seller said just simplify the LOI. He'll sign it, and then he said how fast can we do a purchase sale agreement? I said as soon as you sign the LOI, I'll have that purchase sale agreement right away.
Okay, coming up tomorrow. Can't market it until it's under contract because that hurts relationship with buyer. But some of the best things. I don't care about your spot. I don't care about your spot crime, and I don't care about the condition needing a little bit of work. I could care less. It's worth the renovation. It's worth everything.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
to make sure, because I when I jot down the numbers, I said this is 100% cash on cash return. I said, this is the craziest deal I never got. I'm about to have on the contract. So I said, let me just bring this to Richard because I'm pretty sure he would like this.
Look at the chat. What is that? Gang. What is that? What did we just put in there? But yeah,
what is that?
that's this deal. That's crazy work, man. Holy shit. I'll be honest, it's the highest return I've ever seen, but it's hypothetical until you lock it up. Lock it up. I'm bringing you up tomorrow, okay?
You know what's so funny, Richard? This is somebody I had text like about 3 months ago. They circled back and they was like, "Hey, you still want this property?" I said, "Yeah. What's going on? Are they willing to do creative?" And then I pitched a whole bunch of stuff, but the guy is in finance, so me and him was talking, and I said, "Yeah, I'll give you the 775, and I'll yield them the 10% down." And then he said, "The only thing, if we could lock this up with 4%," I said, "We got a deal." I said, "I'm looking at the calculator. I see 100% cash on cash return." I said, "You know what? All right, no problem. I'll draft this up to you, and then we'll get it done."
Dude, Yusuf, yes, that's moving forward. In theory, right? But dude, yes, very, very, very good, really good deal. One of the best I've seen. Even if we're looking at bad condition, I don't care. It's not even bad condition. It's just lived in college student condition. This is very, very good. We'll bring you up tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Remind me to bring up Vlad. Come on, phone. Work. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Remind me to bring up Vlad.
Okay, I added it.
Okay. Dude, see you tomorrow. Really, really good shit. Really good shit.
All right, Richard.
Really good. Talk soon. See ya. Yeah, so 100% cash on cash return means that on year one you get 100% of your entry fee back, and a good cash on cash return is considered 20%. So this is like I'll believe it when it's under contract, because that is just insane. What do I think comes with the 100% cash on cash return? A massive management headache and a lot of toilets to fix. But I don't care. Somebody is willing to do that job for the money. So Juan, what's up, dog?
Your Selma property, is it on a lockbox or something or what?
Texting you lockbox door entry code. Wait, that's not
It's
it.
vacant, right?
It's vacant. Door entry code right there.
Vacant, nice condition.
I'm about to yield this back to my seller if I can't find a buyer, dude. I told the seller I'll just give you that. So hopefully we can do something, dude, because I'm at my wit's end. I'm about to give it back to the person who sold it to me.
You're good. I have some details from like months ago, but I have like 2300 PITI. Like there's an HOA on it, right?
I don't know about the HOA. You'd have to check PropStream on it, but yeah, I sent you the lockbox, or it's not a lockbox, it's a door code. Should be still in fully renovated condition. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it's a $0 down house. It should have sold. I get that it's a little underwater, but like it should have sold.
Yeah, I got you. And it's what was it, like a 6% seller finance rate, right?
6.5%. Oh, somewhere around 290. 28 years until the balloon, so it's not even like there's a balloon on it. And the principal and interest is 1680 or so, and then I think taxes and insurance bring it to 2100. I say 22 just to be safe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I might have someone that wants to walk it tomorrow. Some old guy that actually wants to walk my other deal in San Antonio. I was like, yo, I have another one here if you wanna. You can pick and choose.
Yeah, no, this is great. Send him in. Tell him to turn off the lights.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.
Tell him to turn off the lights though when he's done.
I got you.
All right, bro. Talk soon. See ya. Oh my God, what a stream! It started off kind of slow, but God, what a stream, guys! What a stream. And leg day is done for the week. This is great. And now I feel like there's just, I need to talk to my attorney. Right? Just talk to the attorney, and I think that's it. I think I just need to talk to my attorney and then walk that property tomorrow. The one I found in Detroit today. Yeah, you guys see what happens if you're in this business. It's just crazy shit happens, you know. That guy who just came and talked to me, you know, at the beginning of the stream, we talked about his $35,000 finder's fee. It's like, holy shit, you know, that's crazy. All right, let's spin the wheel, guys. Oh my god, legs. Wow. Oh. What are we giving away? If it lands on something bad, I'll redo it again. I'm willing to give away a good thing today. And oh my god, it landed on AirPods. It didn't land on AirPods, but I made it land on AirPods. AirPods. I'm giving away AirPods. Yeah, get hyped. We're literally going to give away AirPods to you. I'm going to Amazon them directly to your door. They're going to be nice AirPods, the new ones. Okay. Everybody on TikTok's hyped, not realizing this is for the Discord. It's for the Discord. Okay, we're giving away AirPods. How am I going to give away my AirPods? Not my AirPods, just how do you enter? Well, it's for the Discord. I give away stuff every day. It's just part of the Discord. It's not the main thing that we do, but like to make the Discord a little bit more fun, I try to give away stuff every day. You know, it could be money, it could be AirPods, it could be one-on-one meeting with me, it could be DoorDash, it could be a bag of rice. Yeah, we'll give you 10-pound bag of rice. It could be a lot of things. It could be free lightning leads, free VIP, you know, that sort of stuff. So okay, we've never done anything like this before. This is a word question. It's not really cheatable. This is something that you're going to have to write the answer to. It's not a one-word answer. You're going to have to write a sentence. So everybody lock in. You're going to have to write a sentence to win the AirPods. And if your sentence is correct, which could be written in multiple different ways, and I'll deem it to be correct, you're going to be the winner. But it's not something you can answer in a single word, okay? 3, 2, 1. What does 100% cash on cash return mean? What does 100% cash on cash return mean? There it is. You receive all of your down payment back in the first year. Angelo, that's a dub. That's a dub. I am cash on cash is the entry fee, value back first year. Kind of. Yeah, yeah, I know you know what I mean. You get 100% of your entry back in 12 months. That's also right. Yeah, so you guys full return back in 1 year. Okay. Angelo S wins it though. That's AirPods for you. That's right, Angelo. That's right. You win that. Very, very good.
Got him.
Nice, bro. You ever won before?
A bidet.
When was that?
I don't know, a couple months ago. That was, I think that, and then it was like $20 one of the times.
All right. Well, let's get you some AirPods. Let me just make sure this has the case and is new and everything. 30 hours battery life, wireless earbuds, headphones, Apple. Okay. Does it say it comes with a case? AirPods 4. These are the AirPods 4. Let me just read the reviews to make sure you get the case. Yep. Comes with the case.
Mahalo.
Cool. Oh wait, you already sent me address and phone number from the previous order, right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Great.
I could send it to you.
No, I got it. Cool. Awesome. Can I put my deals in your buy box? Yeah, but guys, I don't have the capacity to handle everybody on the internet, so I do it with members of Hold My Hand Wholesale. All right. Got that. Just need the name. Got that. And then the phone number. And I don't know how long it'll take to deliver because you are in Hawaii.
If it's Hawaii, we already know it's
ETA 30 days.
Is it really?
Yeah. Is it Amazon?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Prime. There's no such thing as prime delivery out here. It's whenever we feel like delivering it. But it's all good.
Actually, August 18th.
There we go.
That's actually not bad at all. Here is your confirmation of order. I know it doesn't show the box on there, but it says in the reviews that it comes in the box. People put pictures, but yeah, those are brand new AirPod 4s for you.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let me know if that doesn't arrive by the 18th, and we'll order them again.
Yep. Shoots. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the community.
Absolutely, dog. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Wow. Really great end to an awesome intro on today's stream. I'm just going to, well, I'll refund myself after. Or no, maybe I'll do it right now. Because I bought that with my personal funds, and I'm going to refund myself from the Hold My Hand Wholesale Bank account. Because I'm not paying for all that. Transfer. Wheel spin to the holding company. There we go. Okay. What is the link to your Discord through your profile? It's the first link in my bio, and it is called Hold My Hand Wholesale, and amazing things happen in here every day. So guys, I will catch you all on the next one. Hayden, I don't know what you're talking about, Hayden. I don't know what you're talking about. That was expensive. Come on, that was expensive, bro. I get it. Guys, I can't stay on. I have to go. It's 5:30. It's 8:30 Eastern. I have to head out. I gotta head out. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye. All right, gang. There's a link in my bio if you want to join. Very cool shit happens every day. See you later. YouTube, really great numbers today. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate y'all. And I will catch you all in the next one. If you want to join, you can join through www.hmhw.group, and that is in the chat. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.